Good morning Kenya, this is Kenya News Alas. Karibuni sana kwenye show yetu mwafaka. Kwenye show yetu inaitwa Morning Tea Show. I am your host, House of Zulfa. Karibuni sana, and today is on the 19th of May 2025. Welcome.
Hello, good morning everyone. This is Plain San Felix and I welcome you to Kenya News Alert TV Morning Tea Show here with me. I really appreciate to be together with my beloved sister. Anyway, jintroduce kwanza ndio haya mengine ya kwenye baadaye.
Good morning guys, how are you doing? I think you are well since we left here on Saturday. Si tumekuwa sawa and we are happy to see Zulfa back in the house. Maombi yalifika ya kina Gypsy, ya kina whoever.
Thank you.
Today she's in the house. My name is Tilda. Welcome to the show, Morning Tea Show. Na tukaendani hadi tamati. Thank you.
So how was your weekend though?
My weekend was good. It's so fantastic.
That is really good. Felix, how ulikuwaje?
My weekend was also good and I can't complain.
Okay, so this is good, yes?
Yeah.
I do hope you watu hapa nje, your weekend was good, and I do appreciate you for joining us. And also, pale kwenye screen yenu, kuna namba, hiyo namba ije kwa pale bure. It has been put there for you people to communicate to us, for you people to talk to us. You can contribute on WhatsApp, you can call directly or call online, and you can also bonga hapo kwenye live chat. Utuambie unatuangalia from wapi and how you feel about the topic today. So let us go kwenye magazeti. Taifa Leo wanasema walimu washangaa pesa za kusimamia mtihani kunyofolewa kutoka kwa bajeti yao. Siaya yageuka uwanja wa fujo, vita vya ubabe vikitishia kuvunja bedroom ya baba. Na serikali yatishia kumkamata Gashagwa kwa uchochezi. Let us go to the first one of the teachers. So chama cha walimu nchini NAT kimeitaka bunge la kitaifa kurejesha bilioni 62 ambazo zimekatwa kwenye makadirio ya bajeti ya mwaka huu na mwaka ujao kwa sekta ya elimu. Katibu mkuu wa NAT Collins Oyu jana aliwaongoza viongozi wa NAT kutaka bunge liangazie upya suala hilo ili wizara ya elimu isikabiliwe na ukame wa fedha kwa miradi yake mbalimbali mwaka unaokuja wa kifedha. Elimu ndio, tukimnukuu bwana Oyu, anasema elimu ndio msingi wa maendeleo nchini na wizara ya elimu inahitaji pesa kutimiza malengo yake kwa walimu. Tunarai bunge na serikali kuu ziangazie upya mgao wa sekta ya elimu. So, akiongeza anasema tunaangalia haki ambapo pesa za mitihani na walimu wanaosimamia mitihani imeondolewa. Kwenye makadirio ya bajeti hii haijawahi kufanyika na tuna matumaini bunge na serikali zitarejesha pesa hizo kwenye bajeti. So I'm going to ask you people, why do you think they are cutting off money from teachers? Sababu I remember I had this friend of mine that the mother alikuwa anataka kusimamia mtihani wa KCSE, KCPE na wanalipwa pesa mzuri. Because you know it is your time you're giving out. So why are they cutting it right now? Is it hiyo pesa inafaa kwenda wapi?
Vitu by the end sijaielewa hiyo pesa yenye watu ukatwa ama zinatolewa kwa mshahara ya watu. I've never known where the money always go because hata wakizitoa na hakuna maendeleo tunaona. So that's why we always ask kila wakati. Pia badani watu wengi uliza. Hiyo pesa yenye watu wanakatwa hii pesa ndio, lakini zinaenda wapi? Zinafanya kazi gani? At least ungekuwa anakatwa and then you see something that hii pesa inafanya ingekuwa better, but you are seeing nothing. Pesa yenyewe hata you never know where it's going. You never see anything that is being done with that money. So that is the question for everybody. And unasikia unasema huwezi elewa. That's why we never understand. Na huwezi jua hata sijui. I don't know how many times you will ask so that you can know, so that you can even engage yourself to follow up and see hii pesa watu wanakatwa. inaenda wapi, inafanya kazi gani, ni ngumu sana ujue. Yeah, it's so hard.
Yes, sindio? And I believe that the education system, department, education na health na food inaitangwa aje? Farming department. Hiyo though, haizifai kuchezewa because those are the backbones. Nisemaga even kwa war. Even in war, you find out that they don't touch the farmers because you will need energy to fight, and energy is coming from there. You don't touch the health department. The education also is another one. So please, I don't know, kuna places zingine zikikatwa pesa, I don't think that some others like those ones should be inakatwa pesa ipelekwe wapi, inakatwa pesa kwa nini, you know? And it is just not good. Felix, what can you say?
I want to say this. All these things, there is a very big need to consider all these things because they are very sensitive and they are very constructive to the society. So the government inafai come up na mikakati yenye inazingatia maslahi ya watu kupitia hizi vitu zote. Let everybody know that it is all about health, education, and what? Welfare, that people will ever be in a good zone when it comes to social life. So if the government could come with all the required strategy to work on this, then it could be very well enough. It will be very good enough for the well-being of Kenyans. Yeah.
Nice. Now, let us finish that tuende kwenye kitu chingine. But either way, what I can say is tafadhali vitu kama hivyo I don't get why though. So alikuwa akiongea kijiji cha Olereko, Kilgoris, County ya Narok, Jumamosi wakati wa mazishi ya mwenyekiti wa baraza la NAT ukanda wa bonde la Ufa, John Sampoti Musere. Marehemu aliaga baada ya kuugua kwa muda mrefu. Bwana huyu alisema mageuzi katika sekta ya elimu hayawezi kuafikiwa bila ufadhili wa sekta hiyo. Akaendelea kusema, akasema kung'aa au kuporomoka kielimu kwa serikali hii kunategemea jinsi ambavyo serikali inachukulia elimu. Tuna matumaini Rais William Ruto ataingilia kati na kurejesha ufadhili hiyo, alisema huyo bwana. Sawa. So katika makadirio haya, tume ya kuajiri walimu TSC inatengewa milioni 387 za kuajiri walimu 24,000 mnamo Januari mwakani. So basically I do pray for them. Sindio? Wakuwe sawa. Okay. So serikali yatishia kumkamata Gashagwa kwa uchochezi. That one I'm going to read after this. So serikali haina pesa za kuwalipa Duale aambia wauguzi. I think we did deal with this. Wakati walisema kwamba 40 of them have died and tangu wakati wa corona mpaka saa hii hawajalipwa. So sasa huyu ni Duale amesema kwamba hakuna pesa. What are those people going to do? After 5 years of service, when it was so critical, when there was a pandemic and these people were like the frontiers, and now ndo hawa. So waziri wa afya Adan Duale Jumamosi alisema serikali haina pesa za kuwapa ajira ya kudumu wahudumu wa afya 8500 ambao wamekuwa wakiandamana katika afisi yake. Badala yake, Bwana Duale aliwataka waandamane magavana na bunge la kitaifa na seneti kuhusu masaibu yao. So this is what tukimnukuu alisema, naomba mnisikize nyie wauguzi, nina 3.5 bilioni pekee za ajira na ya mkataba ambao mnayo kwa sasa, akasema akiwa Garissa. Bwana Duale alisema alishangaa kuwaona wauguzi hao wakigoma nje ofisi yake, ilhali katiba inasema wazi kuwa wanastahili kulipwa na kaunti. So tukimnukuu tena anasema kama wewe ni muuguzi na ulitia sahihi mkataba wa kaunti, basi utalipwa na kaunti yako. Kufikia Julai 1 mwaka huu, na tuma orodha ya malipo ya wauguzi kwa kaunti zote, akaongeza. Na pia akauliza ni gavana ndiye atajua iwapo umekuwa ukifanya kazi au la. Sasa nitajuaje kile kinachoendelea kwenye kaunti yako kama nimekaa jumba la afya? So what can you say?
Kenya is always confusing. Always confusing.
Who employed these people? It wasn't the county government. It was Moses Kuri. Ni Moses Kuri? Ule kwanga wa corona hiyo time ndo aliwapeaga job. So basically now you know they cannot go to Moses Kuri. Moses Kuri is not for that. He's for agriculture and something. He's for something. Hata hawajui, like me, I don't even know you. But it is not fair, because this kind of people should be like really taken care of. I don't get why these people are so arrogant. I don't get why these people are so arrogant. This is arrogance, man. These people, nakwambia wakati wa corona, people were so scared. I gave a story here the last time I was reading this. I said I had a cousin of mine, nilienda kumjokia. Nikamwambia we tumraga Kesh. Juu yake ni Makena. Naambia Kesh, kuna corona kweli ina happen. Kwani corona, and that is so sad.
Tukizingatia is that the zone in our country is very, 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 very delicate, whereby at some point, even now leaders, they are now going contrarily against others. And I believe that if this is going to intensify, then the next step will be deaths that we don't want also to focus on. I don't know more about this issue, because maybe these people really know what they are talking about. No, unajua kitu yenye inakuwa so confusing is that at some point you might find them doing all these dramas, lakini baadaye tena unakuja kupata they are together. So my sister, how do I wish you could maybe at some point give us any highlights that you want to have as we get into the topic.
So basically, before we get into the topic, ni hiyo story tu ya nani, ya Aden Duale and the teachers. So basically, as I've said before, the two very important, no, three, I said three. Your agriculture, your department of agriculture, how is it called? Who is the CS of agriculture and something? Is it Moses Kuri?
The person is not working hard, that's why we don't know him.
Even I don't know who is him. And health and education, those are the departments that tunafaa kuwa, I said those are the backbones of a country, because we need them. We need to be educated, we need to be healthy, we need to have food. So basically, please, mkianza kutosa sijui zingine mnafanya sijui nini, zingine mnaziacha, zingine mnakuwa like, let us invest so much in our health, let us invest so much in education, let us invest so much in our agriculture and something. Sindio? So please do introduce today's topic.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. My sisters, I think 4 days back now, the former deputy president, Rigathi Gashagwa, launched his political party. I don't know whether maybe you were in the office that day, but I don't think. So
it has already happened?
Yeah.
Who tell me
you are out of the story. Rigathi Gashagwa launched this political party where maybe he came up with many manifestos, and at some point information, he came up with many informations that he could convince people over his plans for the country and to the country. So he said that they are going to work for people, they are going to cooperate with people, and they were urging people to listen carefully. To an extent, they could launch a logo whereby a hand is holding the E. Yes?
The E.
The ear.
The ear.
Yes. Whereby they could say that it means, it symbolizes that people should take time and listen carefully. People should listen carefully.
What?
You understand?
What? Really? Who are the people who are ni nani wako kwenye hicho chama that are of that we care about?
But come up again.
Like you see how in the Wamalwa we saw that Salasia was part of, alikuwa ameingisha kwa hiyo chama watu fulani fulani. So who are in that chama and what is the name of that chama?
There is a Cleophas Malala.
Obviously.
Nani mwingine hao wengine hata
Unaona tu Cleophas kwa like tosha.
Unaona,
Tosha.
weka hapo.
Let me read here. I
think
see
there kuna 2 men and 2 ladies.
wajenge wengine, and you know he said
And we say we want young people.
young people, not old
Okay,
people.
Rigathi Gachagua has
But nimeona
been-
pia there is some youth.
Youth in the chama.
Rigathi Gachagua has been considering young people mostly in his speeches. Please, Mr. Producer, if necessary. He has been considering many youths when it comes to his what? When it comes to his speeches, his whatever he could engage himself, hajai kosa kutaja young people. You understand? Hajai kosa kutaja vile maybe anaweza kuwa na mikakati na mipangilio mizuri kuhusiana these young people. Unanielewa? So hata wakati alikuja ku launch chama, many individuals could really want maybe to understand who are there in that political party. How many youths do we have there? Now that he has been saying that Gen Z, the country is yours, how many Gen Zs do we have in that political party? But after launching it, we came to realize that we came to realize that young people who are there were almost zero. You understand? Were almost zero.
Okay, so as you continue, let me read this. I see Gypsy is already in the house. Hello, good morning, Gypsy. They say, hi, Queenie. Hi, Star. Really nice to see you back on your feet. Thank you. Try to avoid call like I saw them next time. I will. Let me tell you, it is not like really gone, but I'm trying to do everything. So hi, Plains on Villains.
Hi.
Hi, beautiful soul, Mom Tilda.
Hi.
Karibu sana, Gypsy.
Yeah.
So
I was trying to say that after launching his political party, he felt like now he need to make every Kenyan to understand the aim and efforts behind this political party, whereby at some point he could give some comments even days after the launch. Yes. He could give some comments. He could at some point attend some church services. He could address people, and it is through these programs that he has been attending. He ended up making some comments maybe the government considered to be insightful, whereby we saw the deputy president and the interior secretary, interior what? Secretary, interior security, not secretary, to decided to do what? To address the issue. And he said that the kind of comments this guy was trying to make was insightful, and they are not going to allow that. So Murkomen addressed the nation by saying that we are not going to allow any individual to violate the law because nobody is above the law. You see? Nobody is above the law. My sisters, now this is my question. I want to question you. Do you really think that the freedom of speech is not violated at this moment?
Sasa tuseme sahi mtu are supposed kuongea anything. Why their time they used to talk the way they want. Au walikubaliwa kuongea venye wanataka. Hakuna mtu alimind. Sawa? But when others are coming up to speak their mind, to say, yani hata kama ni kuuza sera zake, kila mtu, hata ukiangalia in the nini za Ruto, there is the way he used to speak about
that was so disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
And he wasn't
impeached. Hakuna mtu alimfikiria kumfanyia nini, no one. But when it has come to time for Gashagwa and other people, inakuwa ni sasa you don't supposed to speak like that, and then somebody at sasa tunamuita nani, Murkomen, the interior security, there are those people I think that wako juu ya above the law. Hawezi shikwa, hawezi fanywa. You have to know that, like right now there is no more security in Kenya, because sasa kama hizi vitu zimeanza ku happen, even inafaa to follow up. Salasia, mtu kama amesikia Salasia kama amepatikana kwa around, because
alipotea.
Alisema alikuwa abducted na watu unknown people. So, it's also right now hatuna security.
Ebu wind up. So kwani for how long have I been gone? So Salasia is missing.
Yeah, it's missing. Sijui kama amepatikana kwa
Salasia is missing.
That is also another issue, but I think
you see?
the
meaning that even these politicians are not safe anymore.
Unajua kuna kitu kidogo hata hiyo story ya Salasia kidogo tafadhali. Kuna kitu yenye my sister amejaribia kuzingatia kidogo, naomba tafadhali. What did you just say? That watu wako na uhuru wa kuongea, yes, mimi Felix sikatai. But do you really think freedom of speech doesn't have a limit?
There's no limit in freedom.
You cannot allow somebody to use freedom.
Let me tell you,
speech to insult you.
Felix.
We have got hatred speeches. We have
Felix. Hamna. Freedom of speech. When you tell me you're free to speak, whatever I will say, how we'll say it, I am free to say it. Because you say, that's how you're free to speak. Now, this is a free space, a safe space for you to speak. So whether niongeaje, unishapewa your freedom of speech. Haina boundaries. Na mtu ambaye anakuja anza kusema peko la boundaries haina. So, okay.
So you can you can decide to tell me that our freedom of speech is supporting insults and abuse.
It supports everything. Now,
Zulfa, let me ask you.
It's supposed to
wait. Unajua, like here now, we really need to be very transparent enough, and at some point, be straight to the point. What do you really think I'm supposed to do when I want to complain about something? I believe that the freedom of speech is when you stand before the audience, before the nation, or before anybody, before the court, and say, I am suffering. We are suffering through this and this and this. Please, how are you going to help us? When you need to express yourself fully, to give out the information concerning how we or I am suffering. The freedom which I'm supposed to give, the freedom which I'm supposed to be granted for me to deliver what is inside me, what is inside us.
Then that is what is inside that person. That is what is inside that. I said this, and I'm always going to say this. Nobody was talking really rude to the president. In fact, when people were complaining back when 2023, people were complaining, people were taking sufurias to their heirs and walking the streets. People were not insulting the president. Until the president, he himself, stood and insulted the people. So the people were like, oh, so we need to match your energy. People used to be like, Bwana President, enyewe chakula imepanda juu nini. Nobody was really insulting the president until he decided to insult the people. Now, about Gashagwa, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that alisema kwamba sijui eti vile kuendelea politically. I'm not quoting him because I'm just going to say it in my own words. Alisema ya kwamba vile kuendelea politically, ya kwamba ati itakani kama 07 was a Christmas party. Sindio? And I'm going to say that to me didn't sit well with me. It is all good. You know, You know, once you open the Pandora's box, you've already opened it. Sawa? Because you already opened. Gashagwa ali open Pandora's box. He has been like giving us one plague after time. But now saying that it will look like a Christmas party, we're not praying. We're not praying for anything like that. I never experienced anything with that. But I know that people, I met a woman that lost her husband. She broke her, she wouldn't walk now. So she broke her spinal cord, cord. So basically, it wasn't a really beautiful time. So calling it a Christmas party, and I get what you're trying to do, Mr. Gashagwa, but that, to me, it didn't sit well with me, like at all. And I know it has not seated well with many other Kenyans. It is not good. It is not good. We're not praying for 2027, ibaki kama 07 or 08. No, nobody wants that. So like, I don't know what he meant. I don't know he meant if Ruto comes back again on Ruto tapigana, ama if nini, of which the political scene right now in Kenya is not really good. Let me read these comments here as we continue. Namona pale kuna Gypsy says, Zulfa, you don't bling in Kenyan politics. Wallahi, I just bent down to tie my shoes, and now Selassie is forgot, is not here, and Gashagwa has already launched the chama, and Madhakaru has been deported. Like, a lot has happened.
A lot has happening in the country. Mpaka unakuwa zile
kwani where was I?
Haifai tulale basi, inafaa tukue rada everywhere.
Yeah. So Koech, hi, how are you, Koech? And then alafu kuna Gypsy says, in Kenya, freedom of speech is for the rich and politicians. For the poor, the freedom of speech is within reason and non-existent. I encourage us to see you. This is Gypsy. That is true. The freedom of speech, iko political class. And the rich people like Jimmy Wanjigi, because Jimmy Wanjigi can come and say it as it is. But when I come and say as it is, DCI, is DCI CID? These are different departments. So basically, but freedom of speech, freedom of speech says, when you say there's freedom of speech, freedom haina boundaries. Freedom hizi kwa kuna freedom but usifike pale. No. Freedom is freedom. Freedom is freedom. Whether I choose to insult you.
My concern, I'm not against your point though. This is what I'm also asking. We have to enjoy our freedom. Yes, and democracy. But truly, my concern is, where do we really need to apply this and in which way?
Freedom of speech.
Yes. Are we supposed to use insults to express ourselves?
I think people are just matching the energy. People just matched the energy.
What will be the problem if I came and say, Zulfa, I don't like your lipstick because it is affecting me. It is affecting me in this way. I don't like your perfume because it is affecting me in this way. Please, will you mind if maybe you can consider me? Or else, kama haiwezi kuwa, please, are you going to consider me? Are you going to do whatever maybe you need to do for me to be in the comfort zone in this office? We have got that kind of languages. But why are we trying to come up with some of the information that we really think that this information we are trying to share is at some point sensitive to an extent people could fear about the future? You understand? I cannot be against our former deputy president because I like him so much. Yes? But at some point, we really need to remember that freedom of speech does not entail insults.
It entails.
And if it entails, if it entails, you are going to speak. If it entails, then I don't believe that there is any law that allows somebody to be insulted. Is there any law that could... Okay, is there any part of the law? No.
Shiki, let me tell you.
I'm just asking you.
Yeah, I'm telling you what you're trying to ask.
Is there any part of the law that allows any member of the country, any citizen, not member, any citizen in this country
That's
to
why-
insult anybody.
That's why we have, well, I have the freedom of to come and say I insult you, but somehow we also have the freedom and the right to go and say this is defamation or something. You can go now to court, and you can go and.
No, my sister. It cannot go. It cannot be in the point of defamation, because defamation is all about informing and giving out a wrong information. But when it comes maybe freedom of speech yenyewe, like somebody wants to address the nation concerning a certain issue, then there is a need for somebody to use a good language that at some point will not only convince the people, but also inform the people according to the ongoing issue. You understand? We cannot just maybe at some point believe that we have got a freedom of speech, whereby this freedom of speech, it is full of insults and incitement. Freedom of speech was brought at least to give us room to complain over what we are experiencing and what is pressing us. But I don't believe whether freedom of speech was brought I don't believe whether freedom of speech was brought for us to take advantage and maybe start giving out the information that truly will bring incitement.
And why? Mbona hao wengine wenye wako huku juu, hao ndio wanataka wakuwe na hiyo freedom of speech. Na hao wengine wenye wana come through hawataki wakuwe nayo. Ndio maana tunaambiwa sasa freedom is for the rich and politician. Okay, hatujakata. Gashagwa ni politician, si politician. Si ni politician. Si ako kwa politics. Si anatafuta kiti chake pia. Si anatafuta space yake pia. Mbona sikuwe na freedom of speech? Ruto was doing the same in the campaign when he was campaigning to be the president. Alikuwa ana insult Uhuru vibaya sana. Alikuwa anaongea any type of shit. Yeah? Hakuna mtu alimind kumwimpeach, hakuna, na alikuwa bado tu ako deputy. Hakuna mwenye alikuwa na mind kumfanyia anything. Alipewa time yake. Yeah? Meaning that he was welcomed to the politics. Aongee venye anataka, auze sera zake venye anafikiria. Venye anaona itamfikisha pale. Sawa? So Gashagwa naye pia amekuja na yake. Yenye pia na yeye itamfikisha pale. So waache kuingilia watu wengine wenye wanakuja au wenye wanajaribu kukuja kuingia kwa politics, will make some things go right, will make at least the country to change. Alafu wewe why are you feeling bad? Why are you feeling bad? Mbona wewe inakuuma na ule mwingine iko inamuuma wakati wewe ulikuwa unafanya? Mbona wewe unasikia that pain? Ndio tunaambiwanga ukweli utakuuma vibaya sana. It's better mtu akusifu na uongo ufurahie than akwambie ukweli. Ukiona watu wanajama wanafanyia watu wengine vitu vingine, you know that is the truth that is hurting. Paka inamsukuma to that extent. Sasa Gashagwa anashikwa amedu. That's just a talk, a word, na hiyo ni political language. All of them they use it. Hakuna mtu mwenye ataenda pale akuje. Hakuna mtu mwenye atakuja aanze kuongea vizuri. Ati mimi napenda Ruto lakini sasa mimi mnipeko. Sasa hiyo unataka? Watu watakwambia waenda kadu, waenda kachini, waenda tu humu upumzike. Unakuja uuze sera zako. Lazima utengeneze huko kuonekane kubaya na huko kwako utengeneze kuonekane kuzuri. Ndio win. Ruto alitengeneza yake ikakuwa aka insult Ruto, akaongea vibaya Uhuru naye akawa ni sawa tu. Mtu badala afanye kazi yake ni kuzurua kwa magari. They used to talk to each other even. But you know Uhuru was calm because he knew he's walking out of the office and Ruto is coming. So Ruto used that time kuminsult, kumongelea vibaya, kumwambia maneno amefanya. It's what is happening now with the Gashagwa. There is no difference. Hao watu hakuna wenye utaambia ati huyu afai kuwa na freedom of speech, huyu ndiye inafaa kuwa na freedom of speech. Kwani wanatuchuza kwa nini? Mbona waliiweka? Why? Mbona waliweka freedom of kama walitaka ikuwe venye iko wangesema there is no freedom of speech. Mtu uko na limit ya kuongea usiongeleshe.
I'm not saying that maybe okay, the kind of dimension you are taking, I understand you better, and I really appreciate. You understand? But this was my concern. I personally, I would like, if possible, Gashagwa and other political leaders to be free to address people, to be free to tell the people the truth, to be free to address the nation, to be free to address the president and whoever is concerned. But this is my ample request. At some point, let us try to remember that whatever we may speak, whatever we may say, whatever we may do, there are those people who are going to be affected positively and negatively. How are they going to care for these people? Let me tell you the truth. Right now, even the security, the CS security, ameanza kureply back. Hiyo kureply back mimi siwezi sema ni essential sana ama ni ya maana. There are some of the issues they really need to consider, and there are those steps that these people need to go through for them to end up in a good conclusion. Standing before the audience, and announcing that we are going to arrest those people who are not
wenye wanafikiria wako above the law.
Yenye wanafikiria wako above the law. That is not the point. This is what maybe I can suggest that they were to do. They could at some point write a letter. Wajaribu kumuaddress wamwambie kuna comments fulani zenye ulimake zinakaa kuviolate the law. Unanielewa? Kuna some of the information you shared yenye ina violate the law. How do we wish, if possible, you do the necessary? Standing before the camera and announcing that this is what and blah blah blah, inamaanisha like they are just fighting.
Let me ask you something. There's this thing the president that said that really got a lot of emotions. That thing he said, uame Kenya nikusafirishe or
ama ufunge safari nyingine ya mbinguni.
Thank you. He did say that again recently.
Yeah.
What does that really mean? That is like a very polite threat. Sindio? A very polite threat. I did hear people speak to Orengo the last time that we were talking about the issue of Orengo. We had people really speak nasty things. I didn't hear those people, anyone say that hawa mbona wanakuja wanaongea hawa nini. As Gypsy said, it's like the political class only is allowed to speak freely, and then the rest of you, no, you're not allowed to speak freely. Now hapa ndo naona Gypsy anasema Felix freedom of speech should flow like a river, like River Nile, not restricted like a rubber band. Haiwezi kuwa kuna mahali inafika inarudi. Lazima tu iende. Do you have River Nile in Kenya? Does it pass here? River Nile? Ama Rift Valley inapita huko? It should be here. Coach Brian says, Murkomen appears to be engaging in battles beyond his political weight class. In the process, he risks not strategic missteps, but also reputational bruises that could cost him dearly in the run. Okay. You know, I listened to the speech of Murkomen. Alikuwa anasema ya kwamba kuna watu wanafeel like above the law. Sindio? I don't think Gashagwa feels he's above the law. No, he doesn't feel that he's above the law. He just is, he is speaking. And we need someone who speaks, of which, but at the end of the day, Gashagwa did not insult anyone by talking the truth without filters. By the way, there's this thing that Gabi told Brian the other day. So, I was speaking and Gabi said, I like Zulfa because Zulfa anaongea hiyo kitu yenye mnaficha ndo anaongea, nyinyi mnafichaga mnaongea usiku baadaye anaongea saa hii mchana. You see? So like filters. Gashagwa speaks what, like, do you want to hear it? Yes, we want to hear it. But anaisema zen fulani yenye we are like angesema hivyo. He is saying hakuna mambo ya kupita huko sijui nani mbuzi za nani, hakuna. Kama mbuzi za Mwangi. Hakuna kwanza kusema unajua hizi mbuzi zilikuwa no. So Gashagwa speaks Okay, not I feel unsettled because he said tukiendelea vile tunaendelea 2027 it will like we will be looking back at 07 and 08 and it will be like a Christmas party. And mimi, I'm like, oh my God, that was too harsh. But that is the truth though. Enyewe vile tunaendelea na venye kila mtu anaendelea akisema Ruto akipata kura 5,000 utasema zimetoka wapi? That means war. That means war. And if we do continue the way we are continuing, we're going to really regret. It's going to be really bad. It's going to be really nasty. And we want to really hear. Tunataka kusikia ukweli ama tunasema tunataka kusikia bado tutaki kusikia.
So hao watu pia wako na uchungu, sawa? Murkomen ni juzi tu nani amelaunch chama chake, sawa? Guns wakamuingililia pale. Sawa?
Nani huyo?
Na huyu
Gashagwa.
Akitoka
Guns.
Aya, Murkomen akakuja akasema yeye hakujua kuna mtu alikuwa na launch chama. So nikashanga, is this person not watching news? Okay, ako Kenya gani? Sasa amekuja amesema there is some people who are feeling that are above the law. Okay, what do you mean? Meaning that hata by the way sasa ukiambiwa wale guns walitumwa na government, it's true. Juu sasa unaona respond down venye aya Gachagua ndio anatafuta ashikwe ama ameshikwa ama whatever. That all. Alafu niambie government sasa which kind of game are they playing?
So Gypsy says, as you continue, Gypsy says Ruto was quick to assemble his government when he was elected, hence Gashagwa was appointed. Not for a permanent position, Ruto wanted someone he could control and kick out easily, but how wrong was he? I think he thought that Gashagwa was going to be those people who can be intimidated. Because like we know where Gashagwa says, I was given 2 billion, I was called in a government warehouse, I was done this and this and this, and I have this kind of evidence that this person tried to pay me out. And I oh my God, wallahi. He took Gashagwa because he knew Gashagwa was not like politically experienced. He wasn't. Alikuwaga MP na akatulia. Chief MP akatulia, sindio? So I think in Ruto's mind it was like, this person, the mountaineers are going to support this person, and if they support this person, I'm going to be supported too, and I can control this person sababu ajui chochote. Kumbe usiwaamsha waliolala, sababu the moment you wake them up. See now Gashagwa, it used to be siri kali za serikali, and right now we know daily. The truth man. I saw there's even a document. No, not the documentary. Ile story ya Obina. No, mesema the truth man.
The truthful man.
The truthful man. Because he speaks. Yani naongea tu design fulani. It is good. It is just beautiful with me.
Hata watu wanafanya hata ukiongea hivi una feel. Obina amemhost juzi akamwambia. Obina now is asking for security. Sasa Obina fine. Si yani muita tu akamwojoje hapa hata watu wengine wasikie nini? Huyu jamaa kona nini gani? Ni nini mostly anajua pale kwa government, yeah? Because this person was there. Mpaka akamuuliza, why didn't you speak when you are in the government? You waited to be kicked out of the government and then you start talking all about this, okay? Akasema, I tried to talk inside there. That's why I was just out. I was impeached hivyo. Yani hivyo tu mpaka wewe mwenyewe, because you're trying to talk facts inside there. Na hakuna mtu mwenye anataka hapo ndani hiyo vitu iongelelewe. Sawa? Haya, sasa Obina naye amefanya nini mpaka sasa aanze kufuata? Amekosa. Si ni kazi anafanya kazi yake hiyo. Huyu mtu acha nimuite nimuulize maswali ABCD amelaunch chama chake kitatusaidia nini? Anakuja na plans gani za kusaidia wananchi, za kusaidia the country at least to develop, yeah? Yani sasa like right now you're telling us we have no freedom of speech. Hata sasa tukitembea ni kama tutakuwa tunatembea tukiwa na wasiwasi. Now that is where the country is right now.
Tilda, you see, this point whereby CS Murkomen said that there was no any report maybe made to him, then we cannot know about that. You understand? We cannot know about that. We cannot know about that until these people could at some point prove to us whether there was a report which was made or not.
Report of what?
Another thing.
Of Gashagwa lounging his...
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
let me ask you something.
Ask me.
Who doesn't know? Who didn't know?
That was the same question we were asking ourselves before.
Like, you are not aware.
You are not aware.
Know.
What are
Somebody...
in fact, he's proving how incompetent he is. Like the interior cabinet secretary, you should know kuku kwa nani zimeibiwa. You should know ukiamka asubuhi. So the moment that you're here saying that you did not know, that is just no.
Ameanza dini kusema inafaa
Tangu January.
Unajua,
let me read this.
Before hata usome, kuna kitu yenye hapa hivi nilikuwa nataka muelewe vizuri. Huyu anasema like they never knew that there was something which was going to happen. That was the same question I was also asking myself, that these things at some point could be posted publicly on social media, Facebook, YouTube, and
how
Twitter,
incompetent he is, even in live, in national televisions. So the moment you wake, you stand up as it's like the Minister of Health saying, I never knew there was corona. What are you trying to say, bro?
Lakini sasa kama alikuwa anajua, si ndio? Zimepostiwa, ameziona news, ameziona kila mahali zikitrend, hadi date vile wanasema nini, sivyo? What about the written agenda yenye imewekwa kwa polisi that we are going to do this and this and this?
Na lazima obviously waitishe security.
Kiasi hiyo ndiyo alikuwa anazungumzia, ama ni hajai kuwa Kenya ajue chenye kinaendelea? Unajua sasa, that is now what I was trying to...
he proves to be incompetent. So a court says, in his haste to consolidate power, Ruto appointed Gashagwa not as a partner, but as a placeholder. Pliable, expendable, but in a striking miscalculation, Gashagwa has since entrenched himself. But in a striking miscalculation, Gashagwa has since entrenched himself, asserting autonomy and emerging as a formidable political force. So basically, I don't think Ruto really thought through. He did not think through. He just thought this person is a person who is inexperienced, and I could use him for this and this and this. But let me tell you, that was just a bad move. And I don't know if I'm overthinking, but sometimes I think, what if it was their move, both of them, and then soon tukuje tuone Gachagua amejoin government tena? Either way, yes.
Yeah, hapo sasa ndio pia tunaweza jipata tukiwa kwa dilemma kidogo, kwa sababu ni kama wanatuchezea. By the way, let me tell you the truth. Hakuna kitu mbaya kama kuchezea watu, alafu mtu anamwaga machozi juu alikuwa anakutegemea, unafika unamwacha hanging.
Hata wewe itakuuma. Ninakwambia hata Gachagua unajua akona bitterness. That's why he just want to make sure Ruto is out of that office. Hata kama si yeye atakalia hiyo kiti, lakini anataka ku make sure is not getting back to that office again. You always chukua mtu a lean on your shoulder and then you leave him to fall just like that. Anakujanga na full force nyingine yenye si poa. That's why unaona sasa is like wameanza that's why umesikia most of the people wakisema Ruto anafika mahali ana panic. Anafika mahali anakuwa zile huyu jamaa anakam. Huyu jamaa venye anakam si poa. Sawa? Sasa wacha mimi nifanye na yeye pia anataka kutumia force. You know, Gachagua anatumia force, na yeye sasa naona hii force imekuja sana, hata mimi nitumie force. Yeah? And you see, country haita move tukiwa in this. President sasa inafaa ngangane na kufanya kazi, hata angekuwa na maina, hata angeachana na watu wafanye venye wanataka au mfanyie wafanye nini, but yeye focus na kufanya. And then come time by the campaign za 2026 ama 2027 zimeanza mapema sana. Yani people are on rush yenye hata sasa hata hii itatusaidia na nini? President anasahau inafaa afanye kazi, anaenda na launch anazindua miradi, anakuja naona Gachagua alisema fulani amesema acha nimjibu, alafu anazuba kazi inasimama.
Okay, yeah, true. Maybe now truly kwa sasa sijasikia president akirespond chochote tangu Gachagua launch chama chake, but ikifikia mahali hadi watu wanaanza kusema like nimeanza kuogopa kidogo, ati nimeanza kuogopa kidogo kwa sababu I'm fearing of my security, juu nimeenda kuhost Rigathi Gashagwa. That is now what we really can believe to be a propaganda. Sawa? Wewe mtu mwenye uko na station yako, si ndio? Ni umeita mtu ama ni mtu amekuja, at least mmekuwa na live podcast kwa online wa Kenya kitu. Sasa shida ni gani hapo yenye uko nayo? Pia unaanza kutuambia eti umeanza kuogopa ati umeenda kuhost mtu. Na
do you remember that Obina ndo mtu ambaye alikuwa anasukuma Ruto kwa wheelbarrow? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So as we speak, let us put that in mind. Continue.
Wacha acha mchezo. Acha mchezo na acha kuharibia watu wengine jina. We are not here.
Now who is he trying to say that who is he? Who is Obina? Who is he?
Sasa yeye anafuatilia ambiwe nini? Ama ni nini anaweza leta kwa government? Which effect maybe can that guy
Obina tulia tu bro. Sawa? So Gashagwa is using, this is Gypsy. Gashagwa is using the same recycled and mastered tactics Ruto used on Uhuru. This is a well-studied graft. This is the question that I'm asking you people. Tukua like, oh, Gashagwa the truthful man. Gashagwa the what. And then we come to find out that this is all like something they have planned. Like maybe they sat down, they were like, let me tell you, venye Ruto mpeleka watu sio ukipata after maandamano. He was impeached after maandamano. Si ndio? He was impeached. Alikuwa kwa kiti maandamano ikiendelea jenzizo akiuliwa. So then they were like, we have to re-strategize now. I'm going to impeach you, you go, and then near the election, we say as leaders of this country, we sat down, and then you will bring the mountain to me. Because this might be just a very sick game. Let me tell you, I don't trust anyone politically. I do not trust Gashagwa. I do not trust Ruto. I don't trust Kalonzo. I trust no one. In fact, maybe I listen to Sifuna more than even these people there. And maybe sometimes Onyonka.
I can tell you the truth. I know I did my research very well, and I know that guy very well. And at some point, I do appreciate him. I do appreciate his transparency, and at some point, the kind of effort he is ever applying to this country. Mungu akimjalia siku moja akikuwa maybe the one of those people in the government wenye wako wakubwa. Msiwahi sema like huyo jamaa pia amekula pesa za wananchi.
Onyonka. Mr. Onyonka.
Yes.
I like Mr. Onyonka.
Yeah. So this is what maybe I want to say. Let these people have what we call discipline, despite them being leaders. Discipline is ever essential to anybody. Unanielewa? Wakati mtu unasimama mbele ya watu kujionyesha vile sasa uko so dominant, it is very wrong. These are not issues at some point they need to display to us before they work on them in the background. Sini ukweli? Let me tell you the truth, kazi ukifanya itaonekana, lakini ukishout kabla kufanya kazi iwezi onekana. It will be just nothing. I wish this person angeenda muapproach amwambie mkuu what is really wrong. Ikishindikana completely ndio akuje sasa kwa sisi kwa watu waseme wenyewe this guy anapita mipaka, na this guy tumejaribu kumuongelesha, this guy tumejaribu kumwandikia message, at some point ana ignore ama amejibu ama hajibu.
Lakini sasa unajua hawa watu kila mtu anataka kuonekana venye ni
exactly, kila mtu anataka kuonekana vile yeye ako dominant. Yes, of course we don't allow anybody to be above the law. We don't want anybody to be considered special than any other person. And at some point we cannot advise anybody to do what? To start misbehaving, taking advantage of the law, maybe using it in a very awkward and wrong way. Wacha show off. Kitu yenye inaendelea kutuua sasa ni show off. Go write a letter, akikataa completely, then come to us as the public.
Kila mtu anataka kuonyesha venye ego yake.
Unaona, mkikuja back to us as the public tuambieni huyu jamaa Jana aliongea hivi na hivi na hivi. Juzi akaongea hivi na hivi. Na amekuwa akifanya hivi na hivi na hivi. Tumejaribu kuongea na yeye hivi, tumejaribu kumwandikia message, tumejaribu amekataa. Na furthermore, these are the kind of languages, these are the kind of comments amejaribu kumake. Tumefanya nini? Tumejaribu kuzizingatia na kumwambia punguze aski. Unaonanga language ya Sifuna? Iko very direct. Tafadhali, this is what we are talking about. Hakuna kitu ya kusema eti watu wengine. Sasa watu wengine ni akina nani? Sema ukweli. Gachagua, akina Gashagwa, mnatuangusha, mnafanya hii na hii. Acha kutuambia eti watu wengine wanajiona tu above the law. No, say the truth. Gachagua, wacha kujiona tu above the law. Tafadhali, follow all the protocols that you need to follow in this country for people to listen to you while maybe depending on you for information. As they depend on you in information. But when you come up with some allegations, zenye ziko very funny, saying that other people do think that they are above the laws. Other people, who are these people? We are citizens. Tutajua aje mwenye unazungumzia. We don't need to use our literature every time. At some point, we need our brains to rest when listening.
In something that should be like really open.
Yes.
Say, I'm addressing you, Mr. Gashagwa, as the internal security, and whatever you're doing is inciting Kenyans.
Exactly.
Just say directly.
Just to say directly.
Haya mambo ya kufanya ati is he a politician na umu ni CS? CS anafaa kufanya press conference. Aseme, me, I am addressing Gashagwa. We've tried this and this and this and this.
And the kind of language we don't want is this.
Yeah, why you there all political? Why?
By the way, Murkomen ni lawyer. Mbona asikue lawyer?
Nasikia pia ni mwalimu wa lawyer. Wewe mwalimu wewe, shida yako ni nini? Wewe unafunza wanafunzi. So I'm not a fan of Obina, the guy who interviews only the ones who pays him well for his platform. I blocked myself out of his channel. It's by the way. Don't mention. I'm sorry. It's okay. I find a lot of pretense too. I find a lot of pretense with these people, and I hate the pretense. I hate the playing with emotions, and I know being famous is playing with the emotions of people, but it is too much pretense. And now my friend is going to hate me because they are really close with that person, but it's okay. So Koet says Kenya is that place where if you blink, you're lost. Huwezi elewa labda understand. So good wordplay. So a phrase that perfectly captures the speed, irony, and thank you, of Kenyan politics. So basically, a lot has happened the last 3 days that I've not been here. A lot has happened because, as you say, chama kime get launched. So you say that Cleophas Malala kwenye chama. Nakumbuka Gashagwa alisema ya kwamba when he launches that chama, he's gonna take every leader mwenye kwa UDA amweke pale. So by the time that they are coming now to vote the general election, Ruto will not have anyone kwa chama yake because atawachukua. And you said, Tilda, that maybe Gashagwa is not even doing this for Kenyans. And I said too, he's like a woman scorned. He is doing this for himself. He's doing this because, Ruto kwanza ulini shame. It was shame. Wasn't it shame? Unakuja unaserve mwaka moja nini umeanza kuwa kingpin alafu unaregeshwa nyumbani tena njia chafu, tena njia isiyokuwa na heshima. They could have even respected you kidogo. So Gashagwa doesn't even really say I want to become a president. No. He says I'm going to support even that dog. If a dog wants to become a president, I will be full force behind it, supporting it. Sawa. And he decided kuna oath wa ukunywa watu. Ati oath wa ukunywa. Kuna oath wa uchukua watu. Si ndio? Your oath, it talks, you are told to keep the secrets of the government. Why does he give out the secrets of the government? So, and on which it is good because for the longest time we've been out here not really knowing, and people like Atwoli just speaking in this, unajua, mshenzi, sijui nani, and then you've been speaking in these personas until Gashagwa came, and Gashagwa was like, I am talking to Mr. President, I am talking to Sudi, I am talking to this person, you did this, you did that, and at least a new era in Kenya was born where we can to understand whatever goes on inside there. We know the dirty deals, we know where the money is, we know some things. Najua hujatoa zote, lakini I do hope that tutatoa zote. I just hope that this is not a sick game. I just hope that Gashagwa is not working with Ruto behind the doors and pretending to be a patriot out here. I just hope I won't see Ruto joining this chama. Kinaitwaje tiki chama?
DCP.
The what?
Democratic Citizens Party.
Thank you. I hope that Ruto will not join DCP one of these days, and then you start telling us this like speech of, we chose to come together for the peace of Kenya. No, please. I just hope that you're doing this for Kenya. You're not doing this for your personal or for some game that you're playing with Ruto. But who is genuine though? Wow. You just continue. It just it confuses me sometimes. Because unakuja unasikia Raila amesha join government. Tena amejoin huko ndani kabisa. Si eti ile anakujanga na handshake na bado anakaa opposition.
Sasa unasikia venye Sifuna alituambia. Sifuna alituambia aje. Anasema if these people of broad base wanaona broad base ni mzuri sana, ni ya maana. So unasema serikali ilikuwa imelemewa mahali, president akaenda akatafuta Raila. Haya. Raila sasa ndio ameshikilia serikali. Now if this something that is called broad based, wacha junior baba ameshikilia serikali, 2027 Ruto arudi wapi? Nyuma ya nani? Nyuma ya baba. Baba akue mbele sasa na kazi iendelee. Will these people allow that? Wataka wakubali tu sasa baba arudi. Sai, by the way, when you say serikali ilikuwa imelemewa mahali, Ruto akakuja akatafuta baba. Sasa si ni baba ameshikilia serikali. Meaning that baba is the president. Sasa wewe ni kama ni kama unaonyeshwa job sasa hapa.
I don't think Ruto is that naive though. He knows you can never predict what baba is going to do. So and right now, do you even know baba? Baba umemsikia mara ngapi kwa news?
Usikii huko kwa baba wanapigana na Iran.
Wanauana huko kwao sababu ya 300. Ulisikia hawana mapua kwao. So because of the fighting that they fight for political issues. So let me ask you this very simple question. Do you think this is like what Harmonize and Diamond did? Really, you don't really know Alikiba so much. But it was always Alikiba and Diamond. So what if it was Baba and Ruto, and then Gashagwa goes out there? Now Gashagwa is the Harmonize of this thing, and Ruto goes for what? For Alikiba. Baba. They join the same government. And now Baba is even irrelevant. I don't even, let me tell you, generation nakuja itakuwa inajua Baba. Haitakuwa inamjua. Maybe we know Babu and Sifuna, but we won't know Baba. Because ameingia kwa serikali, amenyamaza. Like basically amenyamazishwa. We just...
ni kama hana speech.
Ni kama hata hana speech. Ni kama hata hana say.
So what mama hata sahi watu wakipigana kwake, you never hear him speak.
You never hear him speak. So he's become like, it's like they took him in and they ni kama ile enda kwambiaje wakamzima. Yes, thank you. Wakamzima na anazimwa. I don't know. I don't even need Baba now. And please, I know, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend anyone. But if you really look at this thing that Ruto did, because Ruto so mjinga, anajua yenza fika 2027 alafu Baba aseme, I'm going to be the person who is vying. He knows.
Nani alimwambia anaitwa aje? Ule mwenye nilikuwa nafikiria ni mwanamke anaitwa aje? Junet. Nilikuwa nafikiria but si ati na muoffend. Nilikuwa nafikiria ni mwanamke by the way. Alimwambia amempe sijui kama amerudi, amempe 24 hours atoke kwa government. Hao ndio upinzani. Mbona naacha watu wengine wakichukua upinzani? Yani you know there's something that is going on. Mimi nakaa hivi naanza kucheka na. Yani ni kama drama zinaendelea huko kwa government mpaka unakaa hivi ni kama
Junet amemwambia Baba.
Ni kama tuna watch football pale kwa TV. Tumekaa tu tuna watch. Yani kama it's a game, not hata ni kama. It's a game that is going on. Now we are sisi ni spectators.
You know, at some point mimi nina feel like it is very wrong to just decide to shame somebody because you want to be heard and seen. I don't believe that Gashagwa kuna siku anaweza kuwa ameamka kutoka kwake aende kwa shame mtu. But at some point I can say anatoka kwake kwenda ku address watu before the camera ama before the audience hapo hivyo mali anaweza kuwa just because anataka askike na information yenye anaweza anatarajia kwamba itasaidia wengi. Unanielewa? That is why nilisema that it is very wrong for these people to start shaming him. Ama hata yeye alikianza kuashame mtu yeyote, it is very wrong. But say the truth vile unaendelea kuongea ukweli, but pia matamshi yenye unatumia ya kuwe yale yenye mtu aezi ataanza kujifikiria. Yes, ataanza kujifikiria nayo. Ama ni aje? Yasikuwe yale matamshi yenye tunaweza anza kukulusa hai mapema ati umeanza kuandikiwa makesi sijui nini. Yale matamshi yenye uko sure like yatafanya watu waanze kujifikiria. That's why niliwakumbusha huyu jamaa anaitwa Edwin Sifuna. Use a direct language yenye haina matusi.
Tena unajua yeye anakukataza hapo.
Yenye haina matusi. Unaona? Yenye haina matusi na iko right on point. Unanielewa?
Okay, so let me read this. Gypsy says Malala had cold feet today after the intimidation of Gashagwa. Was to appear on Citizen TV but didn't turn up for the slot. Guys, intimidation is serious. So you think they already got to Malala? Niwacha tukiproduce movie. Malala, what is happening? I heard there was auditions for the Echoes of War. Big actors like Sarah Hassan and Abel Mutua might be appearing in that. I don't know if it is still in production or has already been intimidated. So Zulfa was shocked when Raila said that he was illegal for 3 years. Raila, unpredictable and acts like the 7 wonders. He became a Tanzanian, though being given ID by Julius Marere. Is it Marere or Nyerere? Is it Marere or Nyerere? Nyerere. So he is illegal. Why is he illegal now? So that's why he's not speaking. Lakini yenyewe Kenya
Mwambie by this asiat ni kwa mbaya pia. Raila is like now is tired. Yani sasa yani ni mtu sahi nafaa.
Anajua ilikuwa political suicide. I'm going to say the moment he really leo kutongoja tu handshake. The handshake that he does and he becomes the opposition. But this time he joined. His people are there, changing the curtains in State House and saying this is the carpet you're going to use. The ODM party and all that. And then people like Gladys Wanga now all of a sudden saying, Sha inafanya mtabidi umekubali. And that was really disappointing. Actually, that moment, that woman said that. The love I had for that woman just died that day. So basically, Raila, you politically suicided. you killed yourself politically the moment you decided to join the same government that killed the Gen Zs. Of which this is not the first time that you have done that. We started this in 1982 up to now. Alafu nikuje kuona kuna mtu 2027 anaanza kupigania Raila, you will chase you out of Kenya. How would you start fighting for that person?
Alafu, you know the problem with Raila is one. Anakuja anaanzisha hii maneno ya demonstration. Watu wana demonstrate, wanakufa, damu inamwagika, vituko inafanyika, biashara zinaharibika, vitu. Alafu anawaacha huko nyi wenye mmefiwa, anajoin huko yeye anaendeleza maisha yake. Yani that's why unaona mtu anakuja na kuambia Raila like using you. Sasa sisi tunatumikanga tukishamaliza
young people, young blood
ndio yeye ana move on sasa na life yake. Yani is that person ule wacha tu nisumbue. Ndio tunaambia huyu mtu
ameongea so far kuhusiana na hii story ya Rigathi Gashagwa na kukua someone.
So umesikia ni illegal.
Then I don't think then maybe is supposed to be part of our discussion right now kwa sababu ametufeli sana. Tunafaa tumwachane na hapo kwenda hapo hivyo.
Inafaa sasa hata atoke kwa government anaenda tu apumzike tu.
Raila wacha pumzike.
I told you someone asked me that day of AUC when he dropped out. He dropped. He wasn't announced at Yameluz. He dropped out of the race. And someone just asked me from Addis Ababa to Bondo shingapi? We just pay, he goes back home.
Na napenda hiyo kitu pia. The time tena Uhuru walifaa warudie kura akasema yuko, I'm not, count me out.
But
akona mchezo Raila asate.
Do you think Gashagwa wants to be like Raila?
Exactly. That was my question.
Gashagwa wants to be like Raila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kama
Gashagwa wants to be Raila.
Somebody comes and tell you, mimi nita support ule mtu yoyote. Gashagwa mind yake iko, I want to just make sure this person is not coming back on this in this office.
I mean, if he really cares about the Kenyans so much, why doesn't he go on himself?
That's what nakwambia.
You want to tell me that Gashagwa anaweza kuwa ka Raila?
I swear. He wants to be. He's inspired. No. I can't even swear. No, I'm sorry. Don't look at me like that. Now, like, because when you look at him, he's not aspiring to be the president of Kenya. He is he wants someone to be that thing. Sawa? And then now
kuna watu ukiangalia hivi wenye wako tu hapo wenye wanajaribu kuenda hii kiti lakini hawataki. Unawaona tu hapo.
Kalonzo
hawataki.
Hawataki hii kitu.
Wanataka tu kukua hapa. Hapa hivi. Wanachungulia hivi wanakaa.
But Kalonzo can never be opposition. Kalonzo is not strong for opposition. Kalonzo, he must be behind Gashagwa, behind someone. Gashagwa is like nyanya. You don't need it. You can cook cabbage like that.
No. Please come up again. Why did you just say that Gashagwa anaweza kuwa ka Raila?
That is what he's aspiring to be.
Is that what maybe these people don't want? That's why they want to at some point someone here.
Yeah, because when he decides to be that thing, it's gonna be a good one. Because yeye ataongea na vitendawili kama huyu bwana Raila. Atakuwa anasema venye hiko. Kama unga imenunuliwa huko Japan, imekuja huku Mexico. They buy in Mexico. Maize from Mexico. So basically, if they have bought Mexico maize at a certain price, and wanakuja natudanganya anatuuzia unga 200, anasema hapana, walinunua inafaa kuwa pesa fulani. Gachagua doesn't want to become the president of Kenya. He wants to become the opposition. And I think that is why
anaitwa kwake arudi akuwe opposition. Mbona watu wengine wanachukua? Unaona imagine this Kenya is so funny. Yani baba tunakupea tu 24 hours. Wewe rudi, sisi ndio opposition. Sisi. Mbona unaacha watu wengine wakachukua?
We need a Gen Z leader though. Someone like
Felix.
Shakira. Wewe I can't trust you. Shakira.
You can't trust me with what? Sasa let me ask you.
Uniambie Ruto is all right.
Angalia. Let me tell you that
you have not even heard me mention Morara, because those are people who play here and here, then there. They are not even. You know that person, but that person Morara, that person jokes so much. Do you know what is the sign of his chama? Do you know?
Inject.
No, the sign.
A syringe.
That one. It is this. What is this?
A syringe.
Syringe is what? He did this. I was sent that image. I don't even still have that image. Yeah, he changed. He changed.
Inject.
He changed.
No.
He changed. No. He changed that thing.
I was trying to say this.
That person is a joker.
Wait.
Yeah.
Despite
yeah, we need a Gen Z. We need a Gen Z.
Despite him being a joker, despite him being a serious man, despite him maybe being whatever he might be, chenye sisi tunaweza tamani kuona ni yule mtu mwenye anaweza kuwa of sound mind na and the capability of this person to stand before the people and deliver, be in the office and deliver, na mwenye anaweza kuwa ana work with the realities. Unaelewa? Tuache sasa hizi game za politics mingi. Kama ni unaogopa namba za simu zinakupigia mingi zinakuomba favor, simama publicly sema wacha kunipigia simu.
Yes.
Nikuwe na peace of mind ya kufanya kazi. Ukitaka nikupatie favor na mwingine anataka nimpatie favor, ni saa ngapi resources zitafikia wengine? Simama sema mimi ni stingy and I'm not going to give anybody money. Because let me tell you the truth, kitu yenye nafanya hawa watu wanakaa hivi, it is a lot of pressure. Zulfa ni rafiki yangu, Tilda ni rafiki yangu, Brian and other people who are maybe here ni marafiki zangu. So vile niko hapa kwa hii kiti, kazi itakuwa mafavor. Unanielewa? And at some point they are not giving you ample time ya kufanya kazi. Na mimi nikikuwa na corrupt mind, nitaanza kuwa favor and I'll never work with the reality. Unanielewa? So vitu kama hizi ndio mtu akiongea sawa, wengine hawataki. Huwa ninawapeanga mfano kabisa hapa. When Edwin Sifuna walikuwa kwa matanga ya nani? Ya yule bodyguard wa Raila. Sawa, ni bodyguard wa Raila I think. Aliambia president, mimi ni yule Edwin Sifuna, mmoja mwenye unasikianga. Unanielewa? But president iko hivi na hivi na hivi. A direct language. Hii kitu ninarudianga hapa daily. A direct language. That is the way we really need these people now to start operating. Wacha tukue na direct language. Rigathi Gashagwa, the kind of language you are trying to use is not good. And if maybe you are okay with it, then stop maybe using inciting comments, but instead just say the truth according to the information you have. Unanielewa? Mimi sijasema eti Gachagua ametumia inciting language. Na sijaona akimake any inciting comments. Sawa? But if those are the kind of things they are trying to address, let these people address them directly. Lakini wasikue wale watu wenye wanafanya nini? Wanasema like the other people wanna feel like they are above the law. Other people wangapi? Ni wangapi hao wenye hatujui sisi? Can you guys work on these things directly and at some point be convenient enough to work immediately according to the way you are supposed to do? Wacha kuenda mamiendas, sijui mnafeel nini, mnajifeel mko above the law, Sasa hiyo nimesema akili za wengi sasa zimechoka kufikiria, ni wanataka wapate shortcut ya kusikiza. Wewe sema tu kweli, na sema tu direct to the point, wenye wanakusikiza wakusikie. Unanielewa? Sasa kama hii issue mahali wanajaribu kusema like sijui nini mambo na kuarrest huyu jamaa, address this guy directly. Tujue at the same time during your information.
Acha kusema kuna watu. Sema Gashagwa, acha kusema kama uko above the law. Hapana, kuna watu wana feel.
Hapana, we don't want to
get
those things.
Angalia hiyo clip venye alikuwa anaongea. Ukitaka kujua, nilikwambia if you want to look body language. Zulfa alifunza hiyo kitu na nimeishika hapa vibaya sana. Unaona ile ya Murkomen akisema hakujua nani akilaunch chama party yake. Angalia venye alikuwa anaongea. And then switch to the one he spoke recently. Akisema kuna watu wana feel wako above the law. Utaona different. Hiyo nyingine ilikuwa uongo na hiyo amesema truthful. Uko na some serious in mpaka unaona kweli jamaa.
Mpaka mwili ku confidence.
Lakini ile alikuwa najua hata hatukujua we were not given an information. A whole yes, speaking like a girl mwenye anakatiwa hapo nje. A whole yes. Na hiyo umeona venye ameongea. Kuna watu wana feel wako above the law, lakini ile nyingine alikuwa tu sasa mimi sikujua.
Why do you really think these people are doing this now? Why are they doing this? Now, another thing, why can't they go for him even right now then? Mbona tujasikia ameshikwa?
Mbona hizo siku zote wakati alikuwa anaongea hiyo maneno yote akisema atatoa hata
kiasi, mbona hajashikwa? Okay, sio ninataka Rigathi Gachagua ashikwe. Mbona hajashikwa?
Do you remember back when
unajua hiyo ni kama kuchase cloud?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Is Murkomen a politician now? He is a cabinet secretary. You know the people that I see, cabinet secretary that I see here out here chasing cloud, ni watu kama Aden Duale, watu kama huyu Murkomen. They are the people who are CSS na Musalia Mudavadi. Instead of working, you're here out here speaking about things you're not even involved. Things hata wewe kazi yako ungekaa chini upress useme saizi tumetuma huko askari wamemuendea, tunataka kumleta kwenye DC offices,
tumeandika barua tumemtumia ya kumwambia hivi na hivi,
aache akomeshe.
Lakini sasa kwanza hapa hivi kutuambia like sijui nini.
What is it? Let me search. I want to Google what is the role of a CS. No, because I don't think there's anywhere like the way when we researched about the role of a president, there's nowhere where we were told he's supposed to be launching things out here. I mean, he's supposed to be rallying around like he has lost something somewhere. So he's going to look for it kila mahali. It is all good.
Who is this now? Who is this person hiding somewhere? Mwenye anaenda kukomboa nchi saka si Felix na wenzake. But ni Felix pekee. Sasa kama unaona mtu kukaa chini kuandika letter, kukaa chini kupigia mtu simu, ama kumake a move ya kumitu mtu silently waongee ni shida. Ikishindikana
watch tusikize benye wanaongea wakisema haya Gashagwa nini nafanya mnaongea hivi na hivi. Kwani mlikosa?
Sasa hiyo freedom of speech iweke hapa hata watu wajue.
So these are the key roles. Unaambia kuna mali wanafaa kwa press conference. See press. No, because these people they don't know priorities. Murko medona anauliwa masabi tu hapo kusema Gashagwa ati watu bro. Now, key role of a cabinet secretary. This is policy formulation and guidance. They say cabinet secretaries are responsible for developing and directing policies within their area of responsibility. Directing and developing and directing policies within their area of responsibility.
Rudia watu wasikie.
Okay. Policy formulation and guidance. So we explain, cabinet secretaries are responsible for developing and directing policies within their area of responsibility. Was that the area? Was that his area?
I want to understand now the development yenye ime happen.
Kwa interior.
Developmental step. Any developmental step yenye ime happen since Matiang'i atoke.
Hakuna. By the way, on a serious note.
Nisiwahi pata mtu akisema eti Matiang'i ameua.
Sasa cheki useme sasa amepeleka wapi? Utadu? Kuna documentary ishatolewa already. Nenda kaangalie. Sawa? So I hear the Wandem is here. Somewhere. Wandem. Do you remember Wandem? Mkora mwenzetu. I hear he's somewhere there. So Wandem, say hi. Stop being silent. So, and number 2, implementation and oversight. Okay, so they ensure that the policies are implemented effectively and oversee the work of the ministry or state department. Murkomen, I hope you know what is your role, but I'm telling you what is your role because it's like you've forgotten what is your role. So parliamentary accountability. Cabinet secretaries must provide reports to Parliament on matters under their control and answer questions from committees. So, muniambie kama mtasikia press conference anyway. So cabinet liaison, they act as a link between the State Department and the President or cabinet. So, coordination and supervision. Cabinet secretaries coordinate and supervise government ministries and state departments, as well as oversee the implementation of national policies and projects. So, nyingine, specific responsibilities. Each cabinet secretary has specific responsibilities based on the ministry or state department they lead, such as overseeing the implementation of security policies or managing the budget. Other functions too. So, they also may be assigned other duties by the president. Sindio? So now let me ask you, where have we had holding a press conference? Where have we had speaking in tongues? Because this is speaking in tongues.
Yes.
This is speaking in tongues. Let me tell you something. The Bible says it is useless for someone to start speaking in tongues when there's no one to translate. So basically, the moment I go somewhere and I hear shabaru and there's no one translating there, I'm like, "Wewe wacha nyamaza, wacha kupigia tu kelele." So this is just noise.
That is
this is yes. So Gypsy says the cops have wasted all that service and money just to go and arrest someone who is exercising his freedom of speech. Will they rush to rescue a member of public in danger? Let me tell you, I will not say what. Let me tell you, I'll say what. But someone told me recently that they were attacked. And when they were attacked, they tried to call the police. They were like, "I'm being attacked. Please come." And the police did not come. Did they come? No, they did not come. Apparently, at the main place is in Nairobi, and now this place is in it was in Mombasa town, and this person was in Likoni. So they are being told, ngoja tuwaletee mtu uko Likoni. Hatuwezi kuja sie. And I'm being killed right now. Like the way now I can see someone is being stabbed there, and I'm like, there's someone who's being stabbed there. Watakuwa like, achilia simu kwanza ndio kasaidie. Why do we even have this? What is, I don't know what is the number of the police. What is what? 911? 999? What is the number?
911.
911 works here. 911 works here. I thought it is a US number. If I call it now 911, they will. Felix speaking in tongues is funny.
Very funny. It is very funny. That is what that is what they are doing right now.
Mahali pamoja siku moja usikie people are talking tongues.
I hate that.
Wanaongea kitu same. Unasikia huyu anasema hivyo, huyu anasema
Shakarabobo.
Ni same.
It is like they are taught. It's like they are taught to speak that way. Someone present, I'm sorry. Please, I'm not trying to I'm sorry. So, but I just don't get it.
You don't need to talk about it.
I don't get it though. I don't get it at all. That is the thing. I don't get it.
That is now what they are applying. Yeah, that is what they are applying.
No. In Acts of, let me tell you, the good thing is I used to read a Bible like a storybook, and that's why maybe I know how the Bible. But in Acts it says it is useless. So it is useless. Someone else should translate. So let me tell you, it is useless for Murkomen to come here and start speaking in all that. And now I have to, if I didn't know the issue of Gashagwa, let us assume this is a child who was watching the news. Someone mwenye amefika hiyo age ya kwanza kuwatch news. Atajua who is being talked about. And kuna watu wanafeel kwa above. This child will start being like, who is this people?
Ataanza kuogopa bangu.
Yes. So if you decided Murkomen as a CS, and I don't know what you're doing in the news every day, every moment, I don't know. You should be working. Because like, let me tell you, kama kuna industry moja, let me call the industry. Kama kuna industry moja ina fail ni internal security. And I usually use that one example where Al-Shabaab would walk in a village. Murkomen, with all due respect, you're a teacher of law. So apparently I get reminded that all the time, but sometimes, man, you don't behave like a teacher of law.
Is all about talent. That's why MATIANG'I deserves to be even the president of the Republic of Kenya after
you
President
stop rallying for MATIANG'I here.
After President Ruto. Unajua President Ruto yeye atamaliza yake.
But chama chake unakisikia?
MATIANG'I.
When wa DC whatever.
MATIANG'I, by that, what you really need to understand.
Kila mtu akona chama chake pale hata kama.
Nani Tilda, what you need to understand is that those people from that community, they don't know how to argue with mouth. Or to just
which community?
From the MATIANG'I community.
Which community?
MATIANG'I's community.
And Kisi people don't know how to argue. Stop.
Yeah?
Kisi people kelele.
They know how to work, but not.
Akwambie, wewe wacha kutuangusha, sisi tunajua kupigana na mdomo jamani.
Those people they talk kama kutalk naturally over Kisi feel they're arguing.
Aki mimi nakwambia ukweli. Can I tell you the truth?
Tell me.
Start with the environment, maybe where you come from.
How do you know? You're not from there.
Those people are ever
Stop.
like that. They do as they speak. In fact, they speak as they do. Nikupe mfano tuanze.
Eka MATIANG'I kando.
Tuweka MATIANG'I kando. Haya. Tuanze na mtu anaitwa yule jamaa alikuwa anaitwa Simeon Nyachai. Do you remember that guy? Alikuwa anaongea akifanya.
I don't know Simeon Nyachai. Who's Simeon Nyachai?
You don't know that guy. Then you really maybe
if he had really worked, I would have really known him. I don't know him.
Uta confirm. No. Alimaliza kitambo. I was also a little bit younger. I don't know whether you were born by that time. But those guys, those speakers, they do. Another thing. Not another thing. Another person. There is somebody by the name who. This somebody by the name. Nimemsahau jina. Tena na huyo mwenye nimesahau juu siwezi sema mtu mwenye muelewi. Mwingine ni by the way. Na ni huyu mwenye alikuwa CJ. Maraga. Sawa? Alikuwa anasema akifanya. Mwingine ni nani yule? Achana na hao. Kuja even the ordinary people. Let me tell you the truth. Kupata any person from that community mwenye ako chini amezembea hivi bila kufocus kwa chochote ni vigumu. Hivyo ndio hata hao watu wenye wako kwa government sasa wanafaa kubehave. Wacha waseme wakifanya.
Gypsy says, voting Matiang'i is voting Ruto twice. Felix is gonna faint. Someone give Felix water. So
Who's saying that?
Gypsy.
You know Felix ukisema tu Matiang'i can fit on presidency. Anaweza ruka kwa hiyo kiti asimame juu aseme yes, now you've spoken. Now you have said yes.
Wallahi.
Si ni mtu wa kufanya na kutenda. By the way, let me give you a very simple example. Aliwahi ambia principal mmoja hivi. I want you, do you have any student in high school? O principal hata sikumbuki alimjibu nini. Do you really think that you will feel good if you see your son or daughter sleeping in such environment? Aliendanga akapata domu inakaa mbaya sana hadi na kazi juu kacho.
Baba ni yenye alienda akapata watoto wanapiga kelele, hawana teachers, wanauliza teacher wenyu ni nani, ni subject gani? Anaenda anatoa teachers staff room, anamleta class, anamwambia sasa inafaa huko unafanya nini? Hakuna kazi unafanya? Sawa, beba vitu zako. Because hakuna kazi unaweza fanya. Kama ni time ya class uko kwa staff,
I'll those not actions. I'll those not actions.
Tunataka vitu kama hizo. Sasa hiyo
kesho. That is why ninaambia Zulfa hivi.
Now uwezi amini mtu. Because hujui kama hiyo nyumba mimi nikwambia iko na kamote. Anaingia tu ndani hivi anabadilika. It's not the Matiang'i you used to know. It's not the Matiang'i yani the problem is wanakuwa wazuri wakiwa kwa vitu zingine, lakini the ones they get there wanaona hapa ni kama kuna matunda mazuri. Huo mti tunaukwea kabisa.
Unajua niliambiwa mtu mwenye matunda mengi lazima ugongwe.
Lazima urushwe.
So
who is Shikuku? Do you know Shikuku? Who is Shikuku?
Shikuku, I used to hear that person though. I used to.
Why these people are on whose government? To end archives, we shall go to the archives.
Yeah.
I no. Let me even fast research.
Is
Simeon,
he talking about?
Simeon Nyachai.
Is he talking about Martin Shikuku or who?
I don't know. I've never heard of Shikuku. That's why I'm asking you. Who is Shikuku? See, Jitaki was ni Simeon Nyachai. Yes, Felix. Is it Felix? Simeon Nyachai.
Simeon Nyachai is a different person.
Tell me if that is. I wanna Google. Is Simeon Nyachai the name of that person you were saying that used to work?
Simeon Nyachai.
Kuna watu
Kisii County. He was what's? Let me see. Kenya African National Kanu. Okay. What?
Kweli sisi ni watoto. But shida ni moja, I think Martin Shikuku.
My sister.
Martin Shikuku anaongelea by the way.
My sister, I want to say
government minister. He was a government minister.
I don't know the best direction these people could take to convince Kenyans.
They say, a moment, that Simeon Nyachai, the brain behind the first Jamhuri Day celebrations. So it was a political, basically heavyweight. I don't know these people, but I'm going to really go and know. What are they saying about Shikuku? Who is Shikuku?
Joseph Martin Shikuku Oyoni was a Kenyan politician. Joseph Martin Shikuku Oyoni was one
the Wikipedia. Okay, I'm gonna go and research about these people and really find them. Martin Shikuku. Okay, we are gonna go and research about these people.
A senior scientist.
Wait.
Mimi nilikuwa nasema aje? To cut a long story short.
Yes.
Nothing will ever come without an action. Now let me tell you the truth. These actions depends on your level of ability and your intelligence. That is why many people are afraid of Matiang'i.
Why are they afraid of Matiang'i?
That man is a man of no word. But a man of action.
Matiang'i anafiti tu pale kwa security.
Wala.
I'm telling you the truth.
I would never want Matiang'i to be the president of Kenya.
Because you don't want the bright future?
No, nothing personal. I just
Because you don't want the bright future?
Why is he putting things in my mouth?
No, because you don't want.
No, because because like as Gypsy has said, I feel like Matiang'i has no difference between Uhuru and Ruto and all those presidents that are past. We need new faces, new blood. We don't need Matiang'i. But he would have something.
I wish you could say you don't need, but
I don't.
But not we.
Me and the people who are behind me.
It's okay then. Maybe let me tell you the truth. This is
I love Matiang'i. I mean, I'm the person who used to need.
The best thing we need to understand is that we need a good country mali tuna facilitate maisha yetu vizuri.
When are we ever going to go to the next era?
You realize
no. We need a Gen Z. We need someone who understands. Hataki mtu alikuwa kwa serikali ya Ruto.
Acha nikwambie. Hata saa hii tukiweka Gen Z, kwani hamkuona mtu akivaa kiatu ya pesa mingi na pesa zenye amechangiwa atembea kuonyesha watu vitu zinaendelea?
Babu. Sifuna. See now Felix wants to throw himself at me. Let me tell you, I have nothing at all that is personal. Let me tell you, I am the person who used to say Matiang'i has worked.
I don't go contrary against your wish, but this is what I want you to understand. Zulfa saa hii watu hawataki kujua ni nani ama ni nani. Wa saa hii wanataka kuona mtu mwenye anaweza fanya kitu yenye wanahitaji. Unajua acha nikwambie. Huyo Gen Z mwenye unasema tumuoni. Hata so far tujaona mtu mwenye amesimama hapa anasema sasa mimi ndio. Sawa. Na mtu kajua mtu anaweza. Furthermore, let me tell you the truth. Many people in this country, in fact the whole world, who wanajiconsider kwanza. Hata ukwe mzuri aje. Afadhali wale wawili watatu wenye tumeona they have done this and this and they are working with the fact, then that will be the moment even changes will ever be easy to be detected. You can't just come here and say that we don't want somebody's doing nini ati where somebody's above the laws do vitu mingi zinakaa vitenda will and at the same time no actions behind whatever you are trying to talk about.
Why do you want
somebody with less words, more actions? Yeah. I personally ndo mtu ninataka. Mtu mwenye
why you want him because he doesn't speak? But
mimi nasema hivi. I like that guy. Hata mjejua kama nitampigia kura sawa. Hata mjejua kama nitampigia kura. But
it's kind of obvious right now. It's kind of obvious that you're going to vote for Matiang'i. Would you vote for anybody else?
What if upate nimeboeka hapa na ninapigia mtu mwenye
haki
campaign vibaya sana. Mimi
akwa na sifu hapa Matiang'i kumbe
he's trying to miss the reverse psychology. Do you know reverse psychology is where
so I'm telling you this.
But I know
for those people who are very 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 keen and clever and intelligent, ni wale watu wenye wanaongea less na action zao zikiwa those people who can talk less but they can do more. And do you really remember that anybody mwenye anaongea sana ana nini? Ana ability ya kudeliver? Hana.
Let me ask you, I'm going to ask you a question. You said that people who talk too much, they don't deliver. When you're approaching a lady, what do you do?
When
you're approaching a lady that maybe you consider you're going to date or marry, what do you do?
Body language will ever work better.
What is body language?
Don't worry.
You talk with your body language, Feli.
No, I'm trying to make you understand that anybody who could at some point talk much without making any action, inakuwa weird, and the person will never be that person who can deliver. Acha nikuambie ukweli Zulfa. When you talk less and that energy unaiweka kwa ability ya kufanya, inaka essential. Ajagani mtu uko tu hapo, you are making a lot of noise with zero action.
Why didn't Matiang'i declare himself?
Wait, we want you to be creative enough to come up with an innovative structure that we never saw.
What has he come up that is so innovative? What has Matiang'i come up with that is so innovative?
Let me tell you the truth. I have no any information I can share about that right now.
Then why you here?
Wait, because I'm not here to campaign for somebody.
But you are though. Chinyawaba, you are. You are like Matiang'i is that person. I've not heard you talk about Kalonzo and say Kalonzo has done this, but you hear Matiang'i. You know, Matiang'i, you're gonna compare Matiang'i to that. Yes. If I start saying Matiang'i, it'd be like yes. He's even now praising the entire community. See? So Gypsy says Matiang'i is a territorial figure with many layers like onions. Please, Felix, please let's have a fresh blood. Otherwise, the same politicians we have in my 175 years. Again, you do this. Gypsy. Okay.
Gypsy, I agree with you. Please, will you mind if you come up with somebody? Come up with somebody mwenye I'm addressing.
Sifuna.
Gypsy. No, I'm addressing Gypsy. Yeah. Gypsy, I have no problem with that. Sai hata mtu akue wa kitambo lakini alete change yenye watu wanahitaji, what will be the problem with that? Mtu akwe janizia alete chenye watu wanahitaji, what will be the problem with that? What if you come up with somebody?
But listen to this, Felix. Matiang'i has to start by clearing his name, and I've always preached on this. And every time I say this, Felix thinks I'm trying to say I'm trying to pin the Yala River bodies on Matiang'i. I am not. I am just saying that he should just clear his name.
Thank you so much.
And then he says, Gypsy says, why is he back in US? Amerudi kwa nini? Sawa, stop selling him like barbecue meat. Beef, yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I hereby say that Gypsy, the way you have your own way of life.
Thank you so much. Why? Let me tell you one thing, and I don't know why we're being naive here, so because Matiang'i, when Matiang'i was announced, it was Onyonga who announced and said Matiang'i is gonna vie for presidency, and Matiang'i was silent.
So you want Matiang'i to be?
Ngoja. There are some things. Let me tell you. Not my mother. No, Felix, right now I'm not gonna shout, yeah. Right now, I don't have the energy to shout. I'll shout to you maybe on Wednesday. Right now I cannot shout, so just listen. Matiang'i, this is not asking for bread. This is announcing that you wanna vie for presidency of a country. This is not a village. This is Kenya. You say I'm Matiang'i, flani. It's called who? What? It's called who? Andrew Matiang'i.
Okay.
It's called what? Tell me his name.
We don't know.
Huh?
We don't know.
You don't know? I'm sorry. So me, I as Mr. Matiang'i, I want to vote, I want to vie for the presidency of what? Of Kenya. Why are other people announcing? Why are other people saying that you're going to, and then you're quiet? That is because you're ego na pride. Why you just stay silent? Even Kenyans, in fact, the Gen Zs who had said we want him to be our president, are already giving up because we said, and you're still silent. Fred, thank you. Thank you so much. Fred Matiang'i. Fred Matiang'i, I want to vie for this. He akamaliza miezi ya kutuma juu. Tunangoja akakuja akaenda kwao akafanya speech na language ya kwao, and you're addressing the entire of Kenya, not addressing your people. Alafu amerudi. It is just arrogant, Felix. If you really cared, it's just so arrogant.
Sasa hapo ndio inafofunguka.
It's like you are forcing him. Did you see that, my dear? Did you see that video of that man who was being forced to marry? And it was an Arabic kind of wedding. He was akipewa keki anatupa. Anafosiwa shike. Did you see that video? It trended everywhere of a man being forced to marry. This is like now we are forcing Matiang'i, like touch the bride. Touch the hands of the bride is like, you know, like eat the cake.
Lakini sasa hata
he's being forced
unaona
to do this.
Ukiangalia hivi unaona now who wants to be the president and who doesn't.
You guys, I don't know the kind of world you are living. Don't you remember when he was trying to address people there? He told them this: power is in between you. If you give us this thing, we wanna deliver. Sawa, aliwaambia hivi, nguvu zote ziko kwenyu nyinyi. Mimi wakati unajua, you guys, you don't need to be so negative to this guy though. At some point be realistic.
The language yenye hata kama alifanya ya homecoming angefanya
I'm talking about when he was at Nyeri. Was it Nyeri? Wamnyoro, not Nyeri. I don't know whether it is Nyeri though. Alisema hivi. Hata producer anaweza mwambia acheze hiyo video.
Cheza.
Hapana achezi. Sikiza kwanza. Alisema hivi wakati alikuwa kwa Wamnyoro. No, not you see. I'm telling you the truth. Alisema hivi.
Why are you selling this person though?
I'm not selling. Let me forward the footage to the producer for him to play the video after. Nimemaliza kuongea. Alisema hivi. When I was a CS nilikuwa naamka saa 9. Containers zote zimefika kwa mashule na hakuna mtu mwenye angeiba mtihani na watoto wetu walipata haki yao. Sawa? Wakati nilikuwa security, this is what I could manage to do. Kazi iko kwa mikono yenu na nyinyi ndio mnaamua.
Why we did in the past though?
Nisikize, kazi iko kwa mikono yenu na nyinyi ndio mnaamua, mkipeana mtapeana. Kama mnaweza tupatia, who am I to not deliver?
What is that now?
Thank you.
Who am I to not deliver?
Thank you.
Alikuwa na wa challenge if possible mkipatia
hiyo. Beg it. Ayombangu hivyo. Beg for it.
Let me ask you. Kama maybe the boss here kwa hii channel yetu hapa. Ameona like Felix you have the ability to deliver this. Zulfa you have the ability to be before the camera. Do you really think he will make you be a technician where your level of ability
maybe he's trying to challenge me.
Very
Maybe he's trying to challenge me.
Thank you, but do you really think when
mambo ya past wacha the moment you continue saying he did that, even he did that, you know he did. There's this song that we when I was a scout we used to sing. So when I was No, I'm trying to say listen to me, I'm trying to use my own kind of thing. Exactly. Thank you so much. This is what I'm trying to say. Watch, I don't want Matiang'i to be telling me stop. Felix. Do you care about my past? Do you care about my past? You don't care. So I don't care about Matiang'i's past too. I don't care. I don't care when I used to take containers. Who cares? I don't care too.
But
I know. No. Felix, no, what impact? I mean, it's still the same now. It happened. Thank you so much. When you were a CS of education, you did your best. Thank you. When you did for what? This is something else. This is not been as. This is something different. So stop telling me when I was. You will decide. What? No. Let me tell you, we need fresh blood. Whether Felix, you want to hear it or not.
Former president told us, sione mtu akiwa mkubwa ama akiwa kiongozi ukafikiria kazi anafanya ni rahisi. So Matiang'i asifikirie pale ni kama interior security, asifikirie pale ni kama.
So acha kutuambie tu when I used to when you what.
You ladies, will you mind if you tell me that the historic issue yenye president Ruto aliwahi kufanya before yenye kwa hadi wale?
Yeah.
Gun one.
I mean, he did ban those people.
Acha jokes. No maana si unaona you guys work with the reality by the way.
What is the reality, Felix? Why is it so personal to you that you don't want Matiang'i?
No, work with the reality. And at some point be serious at once to say to criticize the
you will not force me. You will not force me to accept someone that I don't want. I don't want Matiang'i
to do so.
Sawa?
I haven't told you to do so.
You're here telling me be serious at once. Be serious at once. I'm serious when I say we need fresh blood. Matiang'i did service time. Macha rudi US and Elena kitu anafanya huko US. The letters why we what to force mtu atake hata kitu. Why we forcing to give it to someone that doesn't really want it? Why are we doing that? Let us give this to someone new who understands the people, the generation that is here.
Sasa nani aelewi? Hata mimi ninaielewa.
Oh, but you're here forcing on Matiang'i.
No, I'm trying to.
Why doesn't he want to clear his name? When did he come and go back without clearing the issue? The Rivayala people. Why didn't he clear his name?
Rivayala. Sasa wewe kati unasema Rivayala, sawa? Sasa Rivayala hiyo ilikuwa issue ya watu sijui ni watatu. Mbona bado mmoja kwa government? Another thing, why are you not questioning the president of that time? Another thing, do you really think somebody can do anything without the question?
People who want to come in.
We are questioning everybody. If he wants to be a leader of the new era and the new generation, he should start by acting that he wants to be. Like, acha kujikompare na Ruto. Ruto led a government, watu wa my mother and those people. Acha kujikompare na Uhuru. He should go and clear his name and be like agencies. You people called me here and you wanted to know about the Rivayala. Here I am as Matiang'i. I am innocent of this. Let us go through these court proceedings before we get 27. But because he wants to be the same kind of leaders. Some days ago when
I talked to him.
Felix.
I talked to Matiang'i though.
So he sent you here. So he gave you 300 bob to come and talk about him. Stop.
Why? I talked to him. Will you mind to listen? Unajua Zulfa, I told some days back that today this conversation has been peaceful because I have been given a room to express myself.
That's why you're calling me Akayamba. Don't. Don't. Sawa, don't. So do not.
Don't behave like a trumpet.
Yes.
I will give you a story about a trumpet. I'll give you a story.
And you are a human being.
I don't act like a trumpet.
Trumpet
ikipigwa hivi watu wana okay. I was trying to
what? So when now God will be ngoja. When now God will be beating the trumpet.
Hiyo inakuwa ya
nawe kwenda.
Nasema aje I shared with him briefly. Sawa? I shared with him briefly. And the information I could learn from that guy, I'm not faking it. I'm not faking it at all.
Why are you trying to tell me that you're not faking it?
It is because you
Felix inafaa tumuulizange recording. Senya ameongea.
It's receipts.
Uzuri simu yangu nitawaonyesha. Hadi ninakumbuka nikishare na yeye some of the information concerning our channel. He wanted to understand more about this channel. Nikamwambia ni ya politics na hivi. Akaniambia it's okay, we shall be working together by the way. That was the response. Lakini wakati nilimuuliza,
so it's here.
Yeah.
He didn't even know about US.
Bring my phone. Tilda, go and bring.
No.
You want to confirm? Yo, so
thank you.
The information I will gather from him ilikuwa like kuna ile issue ya kukaa yani na kimbele sawa? Hiyo ndio haizi engaging. Yani vile mimi nilimlani. Si ende aliniambia hivyo. According to the response yenye alipeana. Niliona like he is trying to avoid a lot of inconveniences. Unajua until the more you talk some errors zinaweza generate kutoka kwa vitu zenye unaongea. The more you speak, the more mistakes you make. Unanielewa? So this guy si eti ni mjinga vile mnadhani. Sawa? Si eti ni mjinga vile mnadhani. Ama si eti ni mtu mwenye afikiri vile mnaweza dhani. He is very very careful on whatever he is trying to do. Unanielewa? That's why aliambia watu kwa wamnyoro aje, power is within you people, and if you gave us the opportunity to do work, to work for you, akajitag, who am I not to deliver? I will deliver na nitakimbizana na wakora vibaya sana. What was the issue there? We want people with actions. We want people with actions. We want people who can speak as they do. Sasa uwezi anza kutuambia hapa. Yes, of course, pia sisi tunataka new blood. Hiyo new blood ni nani? Aya, tell us the new blood that you want us maybe to consider right now.
Wakama, tunangoja wakati wa campaign. Saizi campaign.
Sasa wakati wa campaign, till that you will never start preparing that minutes before the exam.
Washajipanga. Sasa hata watainuka hivi mtashanga. Mtastuka.
Mimi kama Felix ninasema hatutaki new blood, hatutaki old blood. Tunataka mtu mwenye anaongea akifanya. Yes.
Haina shida. So long as we get that person who is.
Kwa sababu angalia, kwa sababu hatuwezi anza kuzingatia aje, hatuwezi anza kuzingatia eti hatutaki watu wengine wameanza kujifanya wako above the law, sijui nini above the law. Maneno mengi ya vitendawili kiasi, maneno mengi ya vitendawili yenye hayana action. Mbona tujaona any letter ikiwekwa kwa news like tumeandikia Rigathi Gashagwa hii letter hivi na hivi. Iwekwe tu public hivi. Hiyo letter tuone is it fair?
Hawataki kuweka.
Unanielewa? We want to see a letter saying this. You have messed up with us. You have messed up with the public. You have messed up with the government. hiyo letter at least hata kwa news unaonanga wanaekanga zingine zenye zina address some issues. Unanielewa? Unanielewa? So if possible we want to see these people doing the same. Wacha kuongea bila matendo. Kama Rigathi Gachagua aliviolate anything concerning whatever he could talk about, and at some point he could use a bad language vile wanasema. Tunataka kuona letter yenye ameandikiwa if possible kutoka either kwa polisi ama DCI ama by that DCI wanaandikanga letter, ndio maana nawapendanga wale watu. At some point wanakuambia uji sajili kwa ofisi, si ndio? Ukikataa kujisajili then they come and take you. Kujisalimisha by the way. Kiswahili ni ngumu, lakini hiyo ni language yenye ililetwa. So ililetwa. I'm trying to say this. Let us try to consider those people who will use good strategies minus harming people. Unanielewa? Tilda, it will be very shameful to Rigathi Gachagua kukataa kurespond according to the call. Unanielewa? Like ameandikiwa kwa mfano ulimuita President William Ruto mwizi. At some point inaweza kuwa ukweli, at some point inaweza kuwa uongo, si ni kweli? But jina mwizi huwa inarefer mtu mwenye anachukua kitu minus the permission. Si hivyo ninamaanisha? Mwizi si matusi.
Yeah.
Tukubaliane hiyo nayo. Mwizi si matusi. Mwizi si, in short, mwizi si matusi. Hata ukiangalia kwa kamusi. Mwizi ni yule mtu anayechukua kitu secretly bila idhini ya mwenyewe. Sivyo? Na anaenda kuitumia kama chake. Wamwandikie barua amwambie wewe insult president hivi na hivi na hivi na umemuita mwizi bila evidence. Kwa mfano you have insulted him as a thief instead of maybe coming up with a tangible information showing how this person has done what has stolen. So hiyo barua hata tukiona pia sisi tuone Rigathi ameuoniwa mara mingi na truly ameviolate, hata sisi yenyewe nao tunaona hii na ameviolate, then we shall be comfortable. And we can't be comfortable. In fact we will just accept with the issue.
You know like right now ukisikia Gashagwa has been arrested or Gashagwa anatafutwa, anataka kushikwa, inafaa uanze kukumbukanga zile words president huwa anaongea hapo nyuma. Inafaa yani akili yako iko inapiga forward alafu ina reverse. There's a time
let me ask you my sister. Ninataka hapo nijibu kabisa with integrity. Do you really think that hata tukileta Gen Z anaweza kuwa suluhisho wa Kenya sahi?
Sahi uwezi hata ukitafuta suluhisho. Labda atakuwa na problem. Lazima tu atakuwa na shida.
That's why I'm trying to tell you this. Sawa? Amfai kusema eti Gen Z ama new blood ama old blood. Akwe old blood, akwe new blood. But tunaweza kuwa na old blood lakini hakuwaipata opportunity ya kuongoza. How many opportunities unapata watu wana lose na wao ndio wanaweza deliver? I'm just asking a question. How many opportunities maybe watu wamepoteza, sawa? Lakini si eti wamepoteza, wananyimwa, wanapatiwa kitu kingine tofauti. Unapata mtu anaweza deliver hapa lakini anapatiwa opportunities kwingine.
Si ni wale watu hawataki dream yako come true.
So wanakuweka. That's why I'm telling you this. We have got many people in the government right now wamekanyagiwa. Sawa? We have got many people outside here who are now the new blood wamekanyagiwa. But their level of ability when it comes to a certain sector wanaweza. Unanielewa? Wakati mnaniambia like we need a Gen Z, we need a new blood, we don't need an old blood, then the fact yenye mnafaa kuconsider what will be the point after that. What will be the point after that? I personally cannot support anybody mwenye anakuja hapa kusumbua watu bado. In fact mimi pia I'm included.
Wanakuja saini watu wanakuja.
Bana ninataka nikienda kwa petrol station nikipeana 50 bob niekewe mafuta ya kutosha. Ala? Si kila siku 5,000, kila siku 5,000, kila siku 10,000. Yes? So kuongea bila fact, kuongea bila action, kuongea bila then.
Lakini sasa nikuulize Felix, hao watu wenye unaona wote wamekaa, mwenye anataka upresident, sijui anataka nini, sijui hao watu wote wenye, ni nani mwenye unaona anaweza huyu kwa hao wote tu wenye wamesimama, nani unaona mwenye anaweza come ku deliver everything ikiwa sawa
kulingana na vile nimekuwa nikifanya uchunguzi? We have got many people.
No, we just want one.
Hata muli mention yule jamaa anaitwa nani?
Nani?
In fact mimi kwanza afadhali achana na hiyo kwanza.
Cause ni watu wengi sana wamekuja, wamesimama, wanataka upresident, sijui wanataka nini. Lakini sasa hiyo ukiangalia ulikuwa umesema ni fulani. By the way, mtu anaweza deliver message vizuri sana. Mtu anaweza make Kenya move, make Kenya develop, make the country hivyo sawa?
Tilda.
Lakini sasa
hapo kila
mtu anataka akue hapa nyuma. Hakuna mwenye anataka kusonga hapo mbele. Anataka tu akue nyuma ya mtu. What's that?
Tilda, mimi ninasema unaona kukujibu in a general way, sawa? Maneno bila vitendo ndio huwa zinafanya watu wanabaki kwa dilema kwa muda mrefu. Unapata the kind of convincing language. Okay, the convincing language these people do use. Unapata mtu wa ukweli ndiye anatumia na mtu wa uongo ndiye anatumia. Sasa unabaki wewe sasa kama Tilda unashinda unaenda wapi? Unanielewa? But let me tell you the truth. When you have a son, Tilda, I know you are a mother to somebody. When you have a son, you have a daughter, then you really, you always understand that this daughter of mine, I understand that she is well of this. Okay? And she is capable to deliver this. And she, her level of ability is based on this. Unanielewa? Hivyo ndio hata wananchi wanafanya. Hata Rais Ruto walimuweka kwa uongozi kwa sababu ya issues zenye waliona, wakamuavoid Raila tena, sawa? Saa hii watu wamekuja na mtu mwenye wanajua aje huyu pia anaweza fanya. Wamweka wasimuweka tena, wao ndio wako na jibu. That's why niliwapatia mfano wa Matiang'i aje. This guy aliongea huko wa Mnyoro that the power is on your hands. And the power is on you people. If you gave us that opportunity, I don't think that we cannot maybe we are going to fail. Unanielewa? People, tuacha hii watu tusikuwe na emotions when it comes to politics. Tukikuwa na emotions we are going to lose.
Lakini sasa hata waona politicians wenyewe wameanza emotion. Sasa Gashagwa akishikwa na mbona Gashagwa akishikwa pia Ruto ashikwe basi. Inafaa twende hivyo. Tit for tat is a fair game. Au hawataki mtu aongee. Sasa hakuna freedom of speech right now. Hata politician mwenyewe. Yeah? Sasa kama politician anakuwa nini anashikwa hivi, wengine wanakuwa abducted, wengine wanapotea, wengine hamjui wako wapi. Sasa na sisi wengine hawa. Ruto huwa anaongea by the way ukisikia. Alafu mshike hiyo kitu yenye alisema nitakufunga jela ama uhame Kenya ama ufunge safari ya mbinguni. Hizo maneno nafaa uangalie tu zikiwa tatu hivyo vizuri. Na zina come through zote. Zina come through. Hata mnaona ni kama people are joking outside here. People are not joking. Wakiongea kitu yenye wanataka kufanya, wakijua hii kitu by the way we are going to do it, they'll do. Sasa Gashagwa anashikwa sasa amedu. Hiyo ni vitu hao watu wanafanya. By the way, Felix, enda kwa zile campaign Ruto alikuwa anafanya, usikie yale maneno alikuwa anaongea, akiita mzee wa kitendawili huyu anajiva. Kila mtu kama ikifika hapo Gashagwa akiwa arrested, akipelekwa kotini, Ruto aende kotini. Pia yeye alikuwa anatumianga that same language. There's no one mwenye anatumia language yenye ni nzuri, yenye si abusive. They all use it and they all have it. So if you arrest one, make sure you arrest both. Juu hata Ruto akisimama sasa akianza kuongea nyinyi. Sasa unajua amenyamaza, lakini atakuja unajua anajifanya na venye anaongea na upole. Ati sasa sisi hatuna tutawashinda asubuhi na mapema, bla bla bla, Alafu anaongeza neno wewe usikii, lakini enda urudie hiyo statement vizuri venye alisema, ndio utajua kumbe huyu jamaa huwa anamaanisha. Akisema anasema anatenda, lakini kazi ndio afanye. James ako wapi? James ndio nikifika hapo wanakuja mbia anasema Tilda, you really hate president. I don't hate the president. Lakini yeye anaongea sana, anakuja anasema maneno mingi, anatupangia kazi yenye anataka kufanya na hakuna siku inafanyika. Si tuwashe tu mkono, lakini hakuna siku ugali inafika kwenye meza.
I think this is what at some point we need to consider. Sawa? Emotions are very dangerous. You understand? Emotions are very dangerous. Emotions can make you kill somebody, can make you harm somebody, and can make you hate somebody. You understand? When it comes to this matter, we really need to put aside emotions. You understand?
Kama politician wameanza kuwa emotions
kiasi. We need to put aside emotions. If we are going to do our politics with emotions, we are going to lose a lot. Kaa chini bana, jua chenye unataka kwa life yako. Ukielewa chenye unataka kwa life yako, that will be the moment pia utajua vile unafaa kufanya kitu, and we will never allow emotions to control you. Unanielewa? That's why niliwaambia hivi. Saa hii uwezi niambia ati new blood ama old blood ama nini. Tunaweza kuwa na new blood atuangushe zaidi, imagine. Tunaweza kuwa na old blood atuangushe zaidi. Tunaweza kuwa na new blood atuokoe ama tukae na old blood atuokoe. Unanielewa? The best thing we need to consider right now, sawa, who is going to work better than the other. Unanielewa? Hata mkituletea mtu mgeni hapa saa hizi sisi hatuwezi kataa. Akikuwa na manifesto mzuri na maybe aonyeshe dalili za kuaminika, mimi nitamvotia. Ama wewe, ama mwenzangu, ama yeyote yule.
Wa kuonyesha alafu wafike huko
That is why I'm telling you that a human being is a human being.
So hakuna
ni afadhali yule shetani unayemjua kuliko mwenye ujui. Sawa?
Kuliko malaika usiyemtambua.
Kuliko malaika mwenye ujui. Si ndio? Sasa what will be wrong? Nikisema like watu wenye walisuggest Matiang'i at some point wako sawa. Ama wale wenye walisuggest na yule mwenye alikuanga sije. Yule jamaa anaitwa nani? Jina lake inapotea. Nikumbushe. Maraga. What will be the problem? Wale wenye walisuggest huyo na wale wenye walisuggest Matiang'i. Kwanza wengine wanasuggest hadi yule senator Omtata. Akwe Omtata, akwe nani? Mimi kitu yenye mimi ninaweza omba asikue yule mwenye tena anaweza feli watu. Na pia consider the kind of team anaweza kuwa ana work with. We don't want those people who are totally yobbing. Now at the same time there's no fact before the yobbing. Behind the yobbing. Yob as you do. Yob as you do. Sasa kama mliona Matiang'i alideliver, mbona msimpatie nafasi? Kama mliona Maraga alideliver, mbona msimpatie nafasi? Kama mliona Ruto amedeliver, mbona msimpatie nafasi ya pili? Tuachane mambo na mdomo. Wache mkazi hii nguvu ya mdomo ikuwe converted kwenda kwa mikono na miguu. Yeah.
So let me read comments and then we wrap up. Sindio? Sababu wakati pale. There's okay, so LOL, the more you talk, the chances of spewing BS, to quote Felix. And then 527 Bob in operation, just by the way. Felix, you're louder today. You've dipped Zulfa's voice. Is she in the studio? I just had to let him like really do his thing today. But in some days that are coming, I'll be shouting. So Gashagwa is a Kenyan. He's entitled to freedom of speech. Like Ruto has called the public worse. Why can't GSU go for him about intimidations too? And then John Kioe says, so Gashagwa wewe, unaona kuna kitu ya maana anaongea. Hello John, welcome. And then Felix, let's assume Fred Matiang'i is in. Who will be his right running mate? And then Tilda, you're right, 100%. Hi, John Kioi, welcome to KNA TV. Now, as we wrap up, I'm going to say
if I
this.
assume
Felix,
that
Felix, can I speak? You've been speaking. Ama, you want to speak too?
It was a question I'm supposed
So I'm answering also a question. Because I've listened to you speak and tell Tilda that people are doing a political, ama wanafanya siasa na emotions, sawa? But I think, Felix, you have emotions too in this. A lot of emotions, in fact. Like, you're doing this with a lot of emotions, sawa? So, like, nimekuangalia venye unajaribu kutetea Matiang'i na venye unajaribu kuongelea pia Maraga. What do these two people have in common? We talk about Maraga and Matiang'i.
Ability to deliver.
And what else?
Yes?
What else?
What else? They have got transparency.
They come from the same community.
In the same community.
You know, don't pretend. Now,
what did you just say?
So basically, you have a lot of emotions too in this, like a lot. I have to tell you guys what I think you need. But now it's good because you're entitled also to your own opinion. So when you say that you believe in Matiang'i, it's good. So it's good for you. If I don't believe in Matiang'i, it's good for me. You know, if this one believes in Ruto, it's good. Everybody is entitled to their own thing. So after you've already said that Matiang'i did that, we all know. I mean, who doesn't know that buses zimechorwa, buses za shule kitambo zonga zimechorwa ni kama basi ya kwenda Mombasa. But right now, when you see, you know this is a school bus. And that is good.
What do you want then?
So now that should convince me.
No. That won't even be the main reason why at some point people do suggest that. This is what I want you to understand. Unajua Zulfa, stop pretending here. We just agreed that we should be. Weka kamera watu wana vile anacheka.
No, when he says stop pretending here.
Pretend hapa. Na story emotions hakuna emotions.
Uko nazo Felix, the emotions. You know, I was just here silent. The good thing, let me tell you the good thing is I was really silent.
Ulitoka kwa studio kidogo.
No.
But you have not been silent, but you just moved away. Well, mistaki watu wanione mbaya.
No, Felix, you have a lot of emotions.
You just
and everybody
excused yourself. You just excused yourself and moved out a little bit, which is allowed, okay?
So but everybody can see. When I came here for the last 5 minutes, I've been silent actually, listening to you. Sababu nilikuja nikakaa pale.
No 5 minutes.
Felix, emotions. Now see, let me tell you something. See what Felix is trying to do now. You're trying.
Let us be realistic.
You're trying to. Let me tell you what you're trying to do. You're trying to create a reasonable doubt in my thing. But
our game.
It's trying to create a doubt. Pale baki hata udema kwa
I try my best and get somebody.
But the thing is, no, atukuzidi. Even let me tell you, people out here can be like, Felix, you're just selling Matiang'i. Like, fanya hii kitu na ujanja man. Fanya hii kitu na reverse psychology. Wacha kuifanya hapo tena tukikata kwa like stop. If you love Matiang'i, that's good. Matiang'i is loved, okay? But don't let it be so personal to you. Sawa? Because anavote hapa emotions, lakini zile emotions Felix akonazo kusema Matiang'i hakufanya kazi, even he would walk out of this studio and go. Sawa? So Tidla, I'm going to give you a minute to say something and then Felix the same.
Before stop taking us to that dimension. I know that we are out of time, but I want you guys to understand this. We agreed that let us work with the fact and not just a mouth. Unanielewa? Tena wakati ninaanza kuona tena you guys you can go contrary against to the agreement we had before even we get in the midst of the show, then I cannot also trust you.
Felix, what you want? First to accept that Matiang'i is the right person.
Not Felix, accepting that Matiang'i is the right person.
Yes.
But let us work with the fact. Let us be realistic. Huko mahali mtu truly tunafaa kuona aje mtu hiki tunanachoma cha tuseme ukweli mtu amefanya nini. Sasa what will be the problem with you guys mkisema like this is the reality? Sasa si reality baki kuwa reality. Reality ni mse alisimamanga akasema if possible the power is between you, not between you, is amongst you. Mkitupatia nafasi, who are we not to deliver? Who are we not to kimbizana now with? Another thing, Murkomen hapa amesummon Gashagwa ati amemsummon indirectly. Tumecondemn, tumesema wacha mtu address mtu directly. Gashagwa alisimama akasema maneno yake.
Can you be a good
address direct? By then pia hapo napenda Gashagwa kiasi. Napenda Gashagwa hapo kwa sababu alisema aje Ruto ni direct. Sini direct. It's not direct.
Why are you saying Matiang'i so much though? No, that is a question. I want to answer that. Because this argument, it was about Gashagwa's arrest, but it has stand on what Matiang'i has done. And we cannot be doing this every episode you're doing. Every episode, it stands to Matiang'i. Kama unapewa do tugawie. Because it's like
Zulfa,
yes.
Zulfa, I don't like the dimension you are taking.
No, I don't like the dimension that you always take every moment.
Why? Let us hii story ikakuja kama reference, sawa? Na hii reference nikaona mmeexaggerate na kuexaggerate kabidi niwaambie.
Utuambie aje? Hebu tuambie wewe kwa nini?
Niwaambia hivi. Si mulileta story yenye ilikuwa contrary, yani yenye ilikuwa kama mlikuwa mnamtumia kama reference, sawa? Nikawaambia that guy in fact is also fit. I'm not ashamed to say this, so because that is the fact. Unanielewa? Nikawapea mfano hadi bila alisema wamnyoro mkasema now what is that? Mkai extend. Kwa hiyo. So the best thing you really need to remember is that we were talking about people when you wanafaa kukua so straight enough to approach the issue. Wakati issue inajileta, wacha watu understand the point. Don't be so proud kwa shame mtu.
We are not ashamed Matiang'i. You know, let me tell you something. I've never ever ashamed Matiang'i. No, Angoja, please me understand. I want nitumie Kiswahili. Wacha nitumie Kiswahili. Felix is so much emotions when it comes to Matiang'i. I don't know. Now, I said, let me use Swahili. So, and I Kitambo used to say that Matiang'i no mtu yule ambaye alifanya education system ya Kenya kakuwa at least safi kidogo. So at least tukaelewa, because used to find mtu amesoma huo mwaka wote alafu unakuja kwa mtihani sababu watu wameba mtihani. And he made it like results unapata mwezi wa ngapi, akaifanya mpaka before to kule Christmas, you already know. Kumbe akafanya kukakuwa na clarity, because we used to think it has to take so much time, and then he made it so clear, so just efficient and so good. I used to be that person. And I said when it came to interior, sawa, he also did good things and good changes, and we do appreciate Matiang'i for that. But mimi mwenyewe personally, when it comes to presidency, I'm like, no. And that is okay. I don't say.
Then that is good. So I'm cutting this long story short in this way. Ilikuwa tuzingatie watu na action na ukweli na straight to the point. Unanielewa? Ndio hiyo nilikuwa nina address hii issue whereby Rigathi Gashagwa for example this issue yenye alikuwa anajaribu ku address president ni alikuwa na muaddress directly, sawa? Na akiambia watu Ruto ni wanajibu, si Ruto ni directly. Amkusikia akisema ati mtu fulani ni mtu fulani ni that will never be the point. Unajua acha nikwambie, at some point watu wengine wanabaki nyuma wakiwa hanging. Unanielewa? Watu wengine wanabaki nyuma wakiwa hanging. Why? Because some of the individuals could use the language at some point na wakalia vigumu kuelewa. Unajua sisi tunaelewa kwa sababu we are a little bit young na akili zetu zina load mbio. Hapa tunajua hapa mtu mwenye anaongelelea ni huyu. Sawa? Watu wengine wamechoka, wamefanya kazi hadi wamechoka. They don't have time to start maybe thinking of who this person might be. Unanielewa? So vile walikuwa na approach, vile Rigathi Gachagua alikuwa na approach president directly, hivyo ndio nilisema na ninaendelea kusema that wacha kina Murkomen na deputy president Kindiki wa approach hivyo na wamwambie hivi, wewe Rigathi Gachagua una mislead watu, wewe Rigathi Gachagua unadanganya watu. If possible, kama hii kesi ya kwenda kumu-arrest, now this is now the main point. Kama hii kesi ya kwenda kumu-arrest, kitu ya kwanza inaweza kuwa vizuri na transparent enough tukiona hata letter ikiwa imeandikwa.
Yes.
Unanielewa? Hata letter ikiwa imeandikwa imetumwa kwake, huyu jamaa ameignore. Unaniget?
Yes.
Ameignore. Wamemtumia some simple request behind the curtain. Wameignore. Wameenda kumtafuta, wamemuongelesha if possible aache kutumia matusi kwa mfano, si ndio? Story ya matusi na nini hiyo language yenye inaweza fanya nini ameignore. Sasa ndio maybe wakuje kwa public watuambie huyu msee amekuwa kiviolate hii rule yenye nakuanga hivi, ameviolate law yenye nasema hivi na hivi na hivi, and at some point watu waelewe. Watu wakielewa like nani ameviolate law yenye aka hivi na hivi na hivi, it is very 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 fair even to the citizens ama kwa followers wake, kwa sababu pia wanaweza kuwa wameelewa chenye kimefanya mtu amekuwa arrested. Si tuanze kutumia language yenye inakaa feature at the same time they have even done nothing. Hata sasa maybe ameamka kutoka kwa bed yake na anakunywa chai, but kuongea waliongea na hawajafanya. Are they really serious? Na kumalizia kabisa, my people, this is what maybe I can share with you. Let us not be emotional when it comes to politics. Vile ma sisters zangu wananiingililia hapa story na emotions. When you became emotional before these things, utabaki ukiwa umefloat peke yako. Mimi sijaamka na politician yote kutoka kwangu, na hakuna mwenye ananilipia bills, but the fact is kwa mwenye mimi nao amewahi fanya kitu yenye iko sensible, siwezi kataa. Sawa? Hata tukiongea saa hii tuko na historia sijui ni mbili peke yake. Sawa? Historia ya kwanza tatu. Historia ya kwanza, President Jomo Kenyatta, the former president, ndiye alikuwa the first president of the Republic of Kenya, na ndiye lead after independence. Hiyo the first history. The second history, Moi was the first president kuongoza Kenya miaka mingi, na aliwahi leta maziwa watu wakakunywa kaweka kwa comfort zone. Na the last history yenye iliwahi ifanywa hii Kenya ni mtoto wa Alliance waliwahi pata sijui ni 10 pekee out of 100 sijui planes and whatever, na basi za shule zimekuwa yellow na polisi wamebadilisha uniform. Those are the only histories we know in Kenya. Sawa? How are we going to get more histories? It is through avoiding electing using emotions, and at some point be straight the point na tukue serious. Ikifika mambo na security and other things, mambo na education nini, wacha watu waache kufanya kazi na mdomo, wafanye na actions. I believe that is my last word.
Okay.
You can say your name.
Oh, my name, Plainson Felix. I'm Plainson Felix. Yeah. I really appreciate you guys for joining us.
Thank you guys. Felix anaweza fanya ani umwache tu sasa, ani aongee.
Acha ongee sasa. Acha ongee mtoke.
Yeah, okay. So thank you guys. I have no
Gypsy nitakupiga.
But thank you very much. Mona hizi vitu hata our politicians wenyewe wanafanya vitu na emotions, sawa? Kama sasa wameanza kujam hivi, wanaanza kushikashika watu ovyo ovyo, but then we are not happy. Sawa?
And that is not even a politician. Huyo ni CS.
Sasa
hata huyo sijui shida yake nini.
Hebu mcheze hizi game mmeanza kucheza saa hii, tunaona ni kama 20 mahali pazuri. We are trying to make our country isimame ikuwe sawa, but you are trying again to divert it in another way. We don't want. Let's focus on what we want our country to be. At least tukue smart, tukue genius, yani to focus with what we want. Hiyo ndio wanawaambianga. Ile kitu tunataka, wacha tu focus kwa hiyo kitu. So my name is Tilda. Tukutane baadaye majaliwa yake. Thank you and see you.
So let me read the last few comments of Gypsy as we wrap up. Gypsy said, Ref Tilda. Tilda aleta kurefari kitambo.
I've done it. That's why I was saying ref. Nikisema kawaida in the studio, the two people. What?
You just like I don't have the energy right now. So So we were talking about Gashagwa. Matiang'i supporters behave like die-hard Raila sympathizers and supporters. I have seen them around. I have seen them around too, around me. Felix setting fire. Wow. Felix, are you good now? You feel you already za leo zimeingia.
Yeni atawapata.
Za leo zimeingia. Na washukuru sana kwa kutujoin kwenye morning tea show. Pale I'm going to thank you people so much for joining us. And this is what happens here. We get so emotional like Felix. Tilda is there and I'm here. Today did not come with the fire because...
Oh, by the way, Gypsy joined me. Gypsy joined me when I was having a little conversation with some of the individuals who could call me. And they requested even at some point we can have a session. So thank you so much, Gypsy. I really appreciate it.
But if I could have been here, I could have come there and tell Gypsy to watch Felix hapa tukuje. You know, I did that once. Yes. I went when you were Bunge la Wananchi, and I went there and I told Gypsy, that is enough. Let us leave Felix here. Let us go back. Let's go back home. I did that. Yeah, live. I didn't, Nini. This is home. That one is yours. So now, but thank you though. Thank you so much for supporting our brother here. Right now, I know he's going to go to the cafeteria and cry kidogo, but it's good, yeah? It's good.
Cry for what?
The emotions you're sitting here. Way. So nice and my people, Zulfa, Felix and Tilda. Thank you so much too. But they one dem tumesema one dem ako wapi. One dem ako wapi. So I met actually somewhere with one dem. So I was like, oh, so this is where you've been the entire time. And they were like, so Felix, Gypsy loves your groundwork, yeah? Now, ngoja blush. Oh, and Felix looks good today. Felix got a shave. Let me tell you, I came, the first thing Felix was telling me is, look at me, Zulfa. And I didn't know what I was supposed to be looking at. And then Felix is like, you've not seen.
Producer anaambiwa kati. Anaambiwa kati.
Usikate.
Angalia juu watu waone venye uko handsome.
But he looks good though. Angalia acha.
Anaambiwa kati. Kata. Hawa watu wanachomea. Kata.
Okay, so let me finish, yeah? Is it cut? Not. It has been cut. Okay, so so my name is Zulfa. Felix looks good. I don't know why you're being ashamed of that. If you look good, you look good. So thanks for coming. Gypsy. Thank you so much. So bye people. Let us meet here saa 6 mpaka saa 8 for the Sema Nasi show. Inshallah.